People these days, these are Twitter bullies.
But listen here.
Can I smoke a cigarette on air?
Yeah.
Do you
My own cigarette.
What kind of cigarette? Wait.
My own.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You just can't say the N-word. That's it.
But look,
Look at Corey.
Now that is gonna be super hard.
That's what I said.
we
So
struggle.
Y'all can do it. Y'all can do it.
Okay,
Oh, I'm
listen.
talking about Trish.
Trish don't really use N.
I don't use it like that. I used to. I used to.
I struggle with it. Listen.
Really? See, I didn't know that. I'm about to go live on Facebook.
Okay. But if you do use another device to show, make sure you put the volume down.
I said that wrong. So breed. I meant share whatever you about to share. That's what I meant. Bring it back. Oh, you live? Are we live?
Oh yeah, we're already on.
We're live now. Oh no!
You didn't want to tell us.
Wait. y'all, because I was trying to tell y'all, but y'all wasn't listening. Y'all wasn't listening.
People already turned off. I would ask.
And we lost Calvin.
He turned off too. He's like, nah.
This ain't it.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I gotta go unfollow people.
I'm not sharing this one.
Unfriend them. I gotta unfriend them.
You're not gonna share it, Jimmy?
Okay. Okay. Now we gotta give a disclaimer.
But y'all won't let me.
Go ahead. We sorry.
What I'm trying, and we done lost Calvin.
We lost Calvin.
For real.
Yeah. Calvin not even down for this.
We coming back.
He realized what he was doing.
Get it.
There you go.
Hey, listen.
Can we start over?
Yeah, but I'm not even.
We starting already?
Yeah, but you're not. Put that down.
I see Jimmy with the light over there.
Yo,
professional.
The professional light. I like it because mine over here, I'm like in a smoky room. Hey, listen here. This is live.
I'm glad my grandfam people calling in because I see too much purple and gold over here.
We're not even there yet.
I just gotta make it known.
They coming. But listen here. We're getting the audio. They're just gonna see us live. So when I tell you we're ready, we'll be ready. Like, so all this right here, this won't be on the final episode for the podcast, okay? They come out of the screen.
Wait, so what I'm looking at right now on my Facebook,
yes,
you're saying,
yeah,
I'm really not seeing it.
You're gonna see it, but when I edit the podcast to go up on Apple and Google,
it won't
be heard.
But it'll be seen on Facebook.
People can see you right now.
Yeah, so because I had a special cigarette.
That's all bad. That should have been in the.
I should have known that.
But see, listen here with this group. Listen here.
Maybe if you stop it and we start all over.
How about now?
Too late.
And delete it.
And let's go. Everybody got the gladiators ready?
Ready.
Let's rock.
I'm not ready.
I don't think we are either.
Yeah, it don't matter. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh my God.
I don't have a Sonic cup.
Oh.
Oh my God.
We're gonna promote Canes.
We promote
No, we don't use Cane's cups at homecoming.
Just trying to be friendly.
Listen here.
This homecoming is different.
Clearly.
It's a COVID. It's a COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Which is okay. We ready, Core. We ready.
You sure?
Boy, start.
Funny.
I'm just looking at us right now. We just on Facebook Live. Everybody.
Jimmy fixing his shirt and stuff. Just we giggling.
See myself all wrong.
So you gonna
okay?
Here we go. Hello out there, podcast listeners. This is Corey Wilson with Survivin the Podcast. I'm here today. No, we're not gonna do this.
This is gonna be fun. Here.
Hey, this is supposed to be fun, man.
I did good. I didn't say anything.
Yes, I know.
Corey, you did it yourself.
Here we go.
Just
hello out there.
Take two.
Hello out there, podcast listeners. This is Corey with Survivin the Podcast. And I'm hoping with a very different group of people, very unprofessional group of people, but it's okay because right now we're in COVID. Look at Dina. Dina. Great, Dina.
Yeah, y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to get it together on here. Wrong.
Dina.
Wrong. The Canes cup, the Grambling shirt. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm getting off of you, Dina. We're not ready for you yet.
No, okay.
Well, we got a Canes 5 miles from our campus. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
we don't have that. Hello out there, podcast listeners. This is Corey with Surviving the Podcast. I'm out here with a group of people, and we're here to talk about how Corona canceled homecoming. But before we get into the episode, I'd like for them to introduce themselves. Go ahead, people.
My name is Crystal Mayo. I'm 5'5", thick in the thighs, with brown eyes.
Man, tell them who you are.
No, I'm not going first. I was joking. Go ahead. I was introducing Crystal Mayo. Go.
You're a mess.
Well, I'll start. As you can see, I'm one mean teacher. No, I'm not for real. I just use that name. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's my name, one mean teacher. But now I'm Trish. I know all these cats on here, and they are really unprofessional. Every single one of them.
Wow.
Every single one. Yeah. PVU is the place to be.
Okay, it's 5 of y'all. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Crystal Mayo, PV, Marching Storm. Yeah, that's about it about me. I play the clarinet in the band.
And your handle.
And you're my sorrow.
Oh yeah, that too. I am somebody. Yeah, that's
Because
about
God
it.
don't make no jump.
Your Instagram handle.
Oh, it is KM. Not my pride. I'm an artist too, so my art page is KMM Artwork.
There you go. There we go. Turn the camera, pan the camera to the back, left and the right.
Oh, want to see the work?
The people are in here.
They are here.
Oh, yeah. That
Okay.
Missy Elliott one was dope.
All right, some of my work in the back.
I'm Jimmy Arrow Smith, and my Instagram handle is @J_R_O_S. That name was given by the @mean teacher in the middle top.
Must be a mean
See, I
teacher
taught
for
everybody
real.
saying the full name,
She did.
and it stuck.
I did.
Yeah.
That's the old me.
We still on introductions. Come on, we got somebody that's last but not least.
My name is Calvin Thomas. Grand Fam, alumni, world fame, all that good stuff. Former drum major, KK Psi. Yeah.
GS. You.
Hey.
I love that, Shan. I don't care.
We glad. I'm
Hey,
glad.
it's for everybody.
Yeah, I love it.
So, hey, Keisha. Keisha's on here. Keisha for Black College Experience.
Hey, teacher.
Hey,
we
Keisha.
we have a good group of people
Keisha Smith.
today. We have a good group of people here today. And this episode came up very organically. We talked about how you got a grand family here. There you go. All right, Taryn. The reason we talked, this episode came about because we were talking about how everybody was kind of ready for football season. We was like, well, COVID, but football season about to begin, and then they canceled everything. So everybody's like, oh, and then all of a sudden these official letters from these colleges start coming out talking about there'll be no homecoming. So people's like, man, that's what we was looking forward to. So we started reminiscing on the phone and everything. What you laughing at, Jimmy?
Man, that's what we was looking forward to.
2020 homecoming,
I hate you. And so that's we was like, let's just get on here because one thing about it is a lot of light being shined on HBCUs and the experience and what it's about. And so there's a lot of there's some great people out here in the world that we really want to shine on and just let people know what's going on in the world about homecomings and the Black college experience all around, not just band, but everything. And so even though we're all old bandsmen, we all are different. We all chose different professionals and paths in life, and we're all successful in our own right. So this is just to pay homage. We're Prairie View and Grambling, but we're showing love to everybody today. So we just giving everybody a little shout out. So to get started, move along with our agenda and the premise of the show, let's start. Well, like I always start, our survival tip this episode is don't carry what you don't need. So I want to ask y'all on the side on the panel, what does that mean to y'all? Don't carry what you don't need.
For me, don't carry what you don't need. Don't carry the dead weight. If it's not beneficial to yourself, move on. Don't waste any time, especially during these times.
Right. Everybody? Y'all act like y'all ain't never seen the episode.
Because of what I agree.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, yeah, what do you think?
No, you can't disagree.
What do you
Yes,
think?
we can. Yes, we can.
No, you
I
can't.
just went live.
What's up, Sam?
Sam, what's up, family?
What's up, goddamn
Sam?
Sam?
Chalet in Louisiana. Well, I chose that actual survival tip. Y'all really got me off my game today because
Sorry.
it's okay. We're gonna roll, but I chose don't. Okay, let's hear. I chose don't carry what you don't need because a lot of people going through a lot during COVID, and a lot of people weighed down with a lot of burden and a lot of stresses. But if you let all that go and just try to focus on what you already have, and just don't carry what you don't need until like the next phase of your life, the next chapter. Everybody knows that chapter 2020 is tough for a lot of people, and so this will be a moment in our time that we'll remember. It's life changing. A lot of things have happened. A lot of things have really come into play for us. So we just want to talk about that. Like, don't carry what you don't need. Lessen your load, lighten your load, stress, whatever. Just live a good life and just be, take that in perspective. So we good on that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I educate voters too before we get into the episode. And so I'm going to let my this segment go to Jimmy Ray Smith.
Jimmy.
He gonna educate.
Well, I will say on the first topic that you were talking about, don't carry what you don't need. I could do that one. It's really important right now because it's so much happening, and it's important not to let it all, weigh you down and stress you out, because everything that's happening, you can't take on everybody's responsibilities. You can't take on everybody's opinions. And as sad as everything is happening right now in the world, you can't take on all of the issues of the world. So, it's real hard because of social media not to chime in on each subject, and then you find yourself getting, riled up into each topic every single day from top to bottom. As soon as something comes on the news media, as soon as something comes, happens in this community or that community or your finances. So you just find yourself going left and right to everybody's issues, including your own. And I think that's how we have so much depression and anxiety and things of the devil weighing us down right now and bringing us just to a low point. And I also think that's probably why we look at 2020 the way we do now, because as opposed to looking at it as revealing all of these things that, we've created a busy life on top of, and we haven't focused on a lot of those personal issues. 2020 revealed those to us, and now we really don't have an excuse not to hold ourselves accountable to fix those issues. So that is a great point, not to carry what you don't need, because you weren't meant to carry all that, and a lot of times we try to carry more than what God has for us to carry in the first place.
Good.
Yeah, that's good stuff, Jimmy. Now I gotta talk.
Good.
So I guess earlier in the year, Corey and I always talk, and I think in the midst of the pandemic, like during the month of May, we were talking about I think I told him, like, the pandemic was for us all to sit down and really look at the things that we were missing. because from day to day, man, I didn't do anything but get up, go to work, coach a team, come back home, eat, sleep, and repeat it. Like, and it was like I wasn't living. I was just, I was like a robot. And I think the pandemic put like stop where you are, and you need to look at life, look at everything, look at how far you've come, and look where you can go. So now I'm gonna make you sit down and think about what life is really all about. You need to get closer to your family.
That's my air condition, but keep going.
Somebody on the road.
Somebody said that meant be quiet. Nah, but it was like, get closer to your family, because I know there's some parents who just, they work, they don't have a lot of time for their kids, but now they kid right there, like all day, every day. Find out what your kid really likes. Some people don't know their kids. They don't know what their likes and dislikes. But I think during this time, it was for us to, sit down and just look at everything that's in front of us. You know what I'm saying? And during this pandemic, even though it was really sad, like it was sad that I was at home and I couldn't go to the 4 or 5 places that I really like to go to, I bought a house. So I was like, pandemic and all, but you know what I'm saying? Like something good came during the pandemic. It was something that I could smile about. So stop carrying that stuff. That's what the pandemic was about, to let all of that go. Your issue that's really not an issue is something that you brought on yourself, and trying to carry other people's as well. You can't help them. They put themselves in that situation. Allow them to get out of it. Because now I just kind of listen. I'll say, oh, okay. Well, what would you like to do? That's what you should do, because you're not gonna listen to me anyway. So yeah, that's all I got.
Mean teacher.
You were really going good for a second.
But I'm always come back to who I am. I'm gonna always be
should.
We can have a halftime moment, because we have a clip. We're going to our first segment, and we can assess this clip. It was submitted by.
Well, it says Grambling, so
yeah.
So we know.
Lord. Why we gotta go first?
I mean, world fame. Come on, baby.
World fame, baby.
Let's hear it.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah. See it. No, don't hear anything. See it.
Hear nothing.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear now?
Nope.
No.
No.
What about now?
Maybe we won't be able to hear.
We'll let you know when we.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to hear that one.
Y'all don't hear that?
No.
You hear it? Oh, there.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Can we start it over?
We can start from there. It don't matter. Let's start from right
there. At first I was tripping, because I was like, maybe they not good, but. Sam said, all right, GSU with the band hall clip.
Very few, huh?
One note. Come on there, one note.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard the song until they played it, and I went to say, oh, what song is it?
Well, I'm just glad to see Grambling Band Hall for the first time. I never saw it.
Yeah, that's I was like.
Well, this is new. It's not the band room that I was when I was in the band.
It's not the band hall?
Not when I was in the band. It's the new band hall, yes.
Oh, okay, it's nice. I'm over there counting the tubers.
I like that female band director. I think that's a dope look too.
Oh, very much.
Black girl magic everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, she's doing a good
job. Oh, yeah, that's true. Is this all female band?
No.
No, it's not all. You know what?
Jimmy, what's in your cup?
There's a female
Jimmy,
band.
what's in that mug?
What's in your cup, Jimmy?
Water. On ice.
But Grambling sounds really good this year. I mean, just really, really solid.
What year is this?
This is
2019.
This
Okay.
I'm just happy to hear Mellophone for the first time.
Hold on.
No, seriously. I'm happy to just hear the band because most times when I hear them, they always moving and the sound go like this. But this is the first time, yeah. They. But you know what? No, Calvin, seriously. I always.
Oh, we being serious now?
No. Sometimes I get real serious on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch me.
Don't.
No, in the stands, like I always like, man, I be like, oh, I know Gravity for the jam because I ain't gonna. When they played Jigger at Cotton Bowl, was that like 99?
Yeah, they did.
I was like, ooh. So I always like anybody in the stands. I can't lie. On the field, that's another story. But in the stands, that always sound nice to me.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why we, being that it's 4-1 when it comes Grambling to Prairie View, I feel like we should play a clip for him first because
I can hold my own now.
it's respectful. I know you can. I know you do a great job, but I feel like it's out of respect that we
appreciate that.
Yeah, because you guys were solid.
World fame. Appreciate that.
Solid year for you guys, and it was a solid year for Prairie View too. And
that clip was from 2019. 2019.
And I don't really know a clip. Oh, we got Prairie View had a song they called "Murder on My Mind."
Yeah, play the pep rally version.
So just to clue everybody in, they can tune into this through Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm. Huh?
They can tune into this through Facebook, right?
Yeah.
They see it.
Share it from Corey's page.
Look at Ayana.
Put it on your page. Share it on your page, Jimmy.
Corey shared it.
Oh.
This is Prairie View. Murder on My Mind. Look at Ayana.
I don't see anything.
You don't see it?
Prince Low.
My screen.
No, I think you said you don't see your Facebook post.
It should be on my. You don't see my Facebook post?
Man, wait, hold on. Sam said they can't touch them DMs from PV on any year. Sam, I gotta disagree. We'll talk about that though.
Who? Grambling? Several people, several bands.
I can't see these comments.
Do y'all see the clip?
Yeah, we see the clip.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can't see the messages anymore because I added a watch party.
Oh yeah, I was
Murder on My Mind, and this was Prairie View. Prairie View looks much different from when we were in the band, but hey, they still doing their thing at the end of the day.
Fox is holding it down.
But they were known for this song called "Murder on Your Mind," "Murder on My Mind," and hey, Mama Smith on here.
Hey, Mama Smith.
Chris Lowe.
Hey there.
Chris Lowe.
You gotta watch out. Now.
I wonder if we could talk while this screen.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can hear you.
Okay.
I was really proud of them. I was there.
I'm not the best at this.
It's the Battle of the Bands last
When is this? Oh, the one in Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, I was there.
I was proud of them.
They look good. They sound good.
Yeah.
Man,
they represent too.
I'm trying to count the tubas. It's like 40.
Right, that's what we always count the tubas.
What's up, Pac 10? Pac 10 saying, "What's up, folks?"
What's up, Sean?
I saw Baby earlier. Earlier. The second half of the show, we're gonna let people call in and just talk about their experience because we just want to give a shout out to our alma mater before we get started. Joe said they killed it at that Battle of the Band.
Who is Joe?
Hey, Tasha. Huh?
Who is Joe?
Joe. Joe.
If Joe, it will.
Joe, why he saying this?
Yeah, Joe, yeah.
Joe know who we talking about.
All right. And if y'all got any requests, put them in the comment section and we'll play them. But we're
Yeah,
gonna get off
Sam
the
has already requested 1998 Labor Day Classic.
Oh,
Oh, please, yes, come on, that was yeah.
Who is that?
Hold on.
Who is who?
Who is what?
At the
Oh.
Labor Day Classic '98.
Wait,
Southern.
wait, so these clips are from Labor Day Classic or Homecoming?
No,
wherever you want it from.
Oh, wherever you want it from. Got it.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
So that was just to start to let people know where we at and where we going with this or whatever. But you know, to get into it, like I said, we'll get those requests. But remember, I just want y'all to talk about some of the times because you know we were all bandsmen, etc. And since Corona canceled homecoming, and we're not going to have a homecoming this fall,
Right.
maybe one in the spring, maybe have a spring break coming. So
Spring Fest.
let's talk about what was like in your era, you know, or just in your moment, getting ready for homecoming. It don't only have to be in the band sense, just being an HBCU graduate, being a part of that whole experience. Let's talk about it.
I think before we even get to that, we should talk about just the start of it.
Come on.
The experience from the first day walking in as a crab, what that felt like, you know, because I know some of that stuff is not the same, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But that experience that you just, when you walk in as a crab, I don't know about you all, but how you feel the fear in you, because it's like, man, I'm somewhere unfamiliar. I'm not at home. I don't know these people. They're talking to me like, you know, I'm a little kid. So it's like, you know, to walk into that your first time and to grasp all the things that your leaders, your student leaders, and your drum majors are trying to implement to get you prepared for that first game. It's like it's so much preparation, you know, and I think a lot of people don't understand that even band, you know, besides sports, you know, band, that's a sports as well. You know, it's a lot of preparation that goes into that. And I just don't think that they give a lot of credit to what the band does to prepare for a football game. Band camp itself is a whole month, you know, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning on the street, hollering, marching, doing all calisthenics and all that. And you don't finish until midnight. You know, that itself is a challenge, you know. So I don't make what's some of you guys' experience about it?
I guess I'll go crab in 98. So I was so excited, nervous, scared, excited. I knew that I had met Corey at high school band camp in 97. And so we knew we was gonna be there. So I was excited to, you know, some people don't have people that familiar faces when they get to the band camp. So like for me, you know, like I was excited. Trish, she's like a big sister. She was my drum major in high school. So, you know, she lit a fire under our asses, you know, in high school. So that was another thing that I was excited for. You know, I just knew that it was just going to be a bunch of, you know, awesome things going to happen. But I also knew that it wasn't going to be fun. But I was ready for all of it. I didn't even care. I didn't care if they tore my spirit down. I just knew I was ready to like start band practice, you know, and meet everybody that was coming in from 98. One of the things for me as a female, because y'all know the era that we grew up in was like male dominated. You gotta look like a male, do this like a male, march like a male, you know. I was excited to see the female leaders in the band. Trish again, you know, and then, you know, other my section leaders and just women in the band, just seeing them like, you know, be the same way. It, you know, it's a different time now. I don't know how it is in the band now, but I don't know how it would pass with how we used to say things to each other, how we used to talk to one another, which I love to this day. Like I like mean talk, you know, shit talking. I love all of that. It just gets me.
It don't work in 2020.
I know.
Nah, this a new group. This a new group. They wouldn't know.
But that's the things that I look forward to. You know,
Right.
every year when band camp started, the shit talking and
The camaraderie.
crabs and you know, checking each other, you know, holding everybody accountable, you know, and just checking each other. You know, what we say, check up teeth, you know, chatter, all of you know, the terms we used to say. So it always warms my spirit of like right now I want to see band practices, and you know, it's not really happening like that right now. So that's one of the things that give me joy around this time.
Yeah. And you know, some of the comments, some people ask Calvin, what did you do in the band? When did you crab? What did you play? And what, you know, what were you in Gramblin's band?
I crabbed fall 2002. Played the alto saxophone.
Baby. Boy, baby.
And I was also drumming.
02?
I thought he was old.
Say, in 02, I think I got my master's.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Oh, Calvin, I didn't know you were such a baby. Oh, my
baby.
God.
He's not a baby.
For me, you know what I'm saying? 02, like, I was teaching in 02. I had a whole job.
I was teaching, just was
not in 02?
Different level.
He was educated, but just not at no school.
Yeah.
Let me talk, Corey. I want to talk about it.
I didn't know you were talking.
You about to go on. So listen. So I grabbed in 1995.
Okay, 95.
Good year.
95, good year. Great year
for band.
Great year. If you ask anybody about a horn dance from Prairie View A&M University, they will say the 95 horn dance. Everybody know. Everybody on here right now, I know they can do it.
We know it.
It was just awesome. So initially, I'm gonna go
back. Deep class because they still in this chat room right now.
Hey, so first I'm gonna start out with like Prairie View was not my first choice. I'm gonna start there. When I was in the 8th grade, man, I went to Jackson State homecoming, and it blew my mind. Like I wasn't thinking about no college in the 8th grade, but after that experience, I was like, man, I'm going to J State, and I'm gonna be a prancing J Set. I was gonna be.
Who were they playing at the time? You remember?
Man, I don't know. I was in the 8th grade, dude. I'm 40.
You just know you was at Jackson, huh?
I was at Jackson State, and them, like, you know how they show them coming in the stadium, and them tubas first they just be chilling, they get the humping. Mm-hmm. I saw that, like, I was right there, and I was like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Like, so I wanted to be a dancer for J State. And, you know, as time went on, went to Sterling. Sterling, like, mimicked J State. So I was already like baby Sonic Boom. I was like, yeah, they just getting me ready for J State. Went to Labor Day Classic my 11th grade year. Man, Prairie View blew my mind. Everything about them. And Sam said it in the chat, like when a drum major just entered the field, the crowd went nuts. And even I was like, ooh, it was like they took so much precedence when they just walked on the field. I was like, dang, I like this. Anyway, I'm gonna fast forward. Got to Prairie View. It was me, Nate Robinson, Rodney Wilson. Only people from Sterling went to the band. So they were in the box. I was by myself. You know, if people you don't know me, I'm really not friendly. So when I got there, I was like,
that's not true.
I wasn't talking to none of them. Crowd, old head, none. I just kind of looked at them. Just look. And then one day, like, some girls were like, you in the band? I was like, yep. They was like, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to eat with us? I was like, okay, that's cool. So we got cool, Jen and Michelle. They became like they were my ride about.
Okay, Kim.
Gavin used to be out of shape. But anyway, they just kind of became my like little family from the band. But I ain't know nobody. I didn't know what to expect. So whatever happened, it kind of happened because I had no clue. It was nothing like high school band camp because we just took off running. Prof Phillips would be like, let's go. And he just take off running. It was like, wait, what? And you just, all you knew was
it's like three times harder, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
You just kind of went, and it just, I don't know. That time was just a blur. I don't know.
You had time for nothing but band and sleep.
Yeah.
And I know for me, because a lot of people that follows me on Facebook. They don't really know about this experience, and so I always try to explain it. But it was so good when like it was ironic, when Beyonce came out and she did her homecoming thing that Larry and them helped with. And then everyone was like, "Oh man, like to do it like Beyonce, you do it like Beyonce," not realizing that it was a whole culture that that came along with that. So even probably hearing this in the chat room, everybody's probably like, looking at it like math or something like that. Not everybody, but a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so kind of that's how I was when I was young. It was similar to Trish. Like when I was younger, everybody that know me know like Cosby Show that's what kicked off my whole everything. Then they came with A Different World, where at that time I had a cousin that was in college and she went to Howard. And so, man, she would like have all these stories when she would come back, because back then we didn't have, cell phones and all that. So we wait for the stories to come back when you got home. So Howard's in Washington, D.C. and, we were in Fort Worth, Texas. So when she would come home for the holidays or home for whatever that was with super expensive plane tickets, she would just have all these stories and then these tapes. So this one tape that she had was of her homecoming. And everybody knows Howard homecoming is like, the real fame or whatever you call Gremlin. And that's what it is for Howard's homecoming. Everybody goes back, everybody, celebrity, politician, whatever it is, it's like, they call it the Black Harvest. So everybody's there, and then all this money is pumped into this big, huge weekend of a party. And so they had talent shows, they had step shows, they had parties, they had football games, and then the marching band came. So I'm watching these tapes, and I'm like, man, what is this? This is a school? Like, this is crazy. I'm like little kid, like probably 8, 9 years old, whatever, looking at this and then listen to the story. Then I see the band and like the energy that they bring and what they're doing, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's crazy. So year after year, seeing that, and then all of a sudden the show A Different World came out, and everybody know that that also just took it up another notch. You know what I mean? So by the time that I got in the band, obviously I wanted to play the drums. Most guys want to play. Yeah, I was about to say most people want to play the drums or the trumpet, it just depends. But I wanted to play the drums, and he put me on trombone. I was like, man, nobody want to play this. Like, I don't never seen that in, you know what I mean? In my
that wasn't on the tape.
That wasn't on the tape. I'm like, I don't play this. And at the time, I couldn't even reach the 7th position. I'm like, man, this is whack, man. I want to be over there. So he put me on that. But all I kept remembering, even still to this day, I just kept remembering those like clips, and we didn't have that many back then. Like now, you got all it's almost everywhere, And I try my best, even in this market that I'm in now, to like kind of bring the authenticity of it, because a lot of times it could be saturated and watered down and made commercialized. But those experiences are the ones that I like try to hold on to and then bring it to what I'm doing now. And to the point, by the time I got to PV.
Oh, you're not there yet.
I know.
You're
right?
not you still in high school.
I actually was in middle school.
Oh.
No, yeah, he said he couldn't make it to 7th position. I knew that was your arms.
Yeah, I was like, so by the time,
I'm just playing. Come on.
By the time I got to, I'm not even a PV yet. By the time I got to my senior year in high school, lady by the name of Ms. Benson was like, had just taken over for head band director. And she was like, when if somebody take over for especially that position, they focus. So we was at TCU, we were at Prairie View. We went to like 3 different, because we did course down, we did show style band.
I know. And then, so Jimmy was always the talker.
Yes, he was.
I think I should listen to y'all. What y'all say?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
We listen.
I'm in it. I waited. I let everybody talk.
You know. You do your thing.
We know.
Tell your story. We listen. No interruptions. Go ahead.
But this is also like the stories that I tell. Like like. Okay, I really enjoyed it. It was very nice. It was fun.
Oh, Jimmy, come on, man.
Keep going.
Okay, listen. So what I'm trying to say is, well, no, I'm not even getting to that yet. So I'm in high school. So my band director is like, taking us for the first time ever to our school to a show style marching band camp.
Mm-hmm.
We had never done it before. The school had never, ever, ever really been exposed to it that way before, and it was with Prairie View. And then obviously it was with Dr. Phillips, Prof. Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
And man, if anybody knows him, knows that he's like the epitome of all directors and recruiters and all of that wrapped into one, and then just his enthusiasm for it is in his enthusiasm for the band, for music, for marching. Like he was out there with us running. He was out there with us 5 a.m. doing everything. And this is us in high school. So I'm looking like, man, this is hard, but I'm hyped. Like I'm hyped. I'll never forget him just trotting along, and that's literally how he would run, like a little trot, but fast, trotting along like all these miles just to, warm us up and get us into shape or whatever. And of course I was in the front because I was like, man, I love this. So I had that same enthusiasm from high school all the way into college to where, they make it fun for you in high school and, they still hard on you, but they make it fun. So I knew all of Chris Williams and Sam and all those people that did those high school band camps. And then when I got in, you're friends with them. Then when you got in your crab year, and I'm like, hey, like, me back then, I was like,
yeah,
new country.
Hey, and they was like, crab.
Remember us? We did this.
Shut up, crab.
And it was shut up, crab. And then I was like, okay.
I sure will.
Yeah. Be quiet, everybody. We supposed to shut up. So I was like, man, I was just hype about everything they had us doing, everything stupid, ignorant. I didn't, and everybody on this thing knows I didn't really take any of that. Like,
used to make really so mad.
I did some stupid stuff. Yeah. Yes. They had me do some stupid stuff, but I was just excited. I was literally just excited.
Used to make me mad.
I was excited to be there. There was like, and mind you, these were like musicians that have been training like for all these years. So I wasn't up to their level, but I was like, I'm gonna get there. No big deal. I'm gonna get there. You know what I mean? But it wasn't like a thing of I didn't feel defeated because I guess I never really took it that way. But
I did.
Yeah. No, we would all. Yeah, but no.
I know when we walked back to the dorm, we'd be real.
Yeah, y'all talked about it later.
We was
no. We talked about it.
Y'all had
we were gonna quit.
No, Crystal, you were super excited right along with me. I Dub on the other hand.
Dub was like.
Dub was not. But Crystal,
I was.
We was like, man, they whack. They this and that. We had all our stuff to say, but we was hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we weren't gonna quit, but sometimes I'm just like, whoo. It's a lot. It's a lot.
When I was in high school, I went to a small ghetto school in Houston, Jack Yates High School, where we just and we played. Right. Our band dance was hype. We was all about the stands. We just really had a good time. We good, just solid band, soulful band. And college was across the street, Texas Southern. No offense, but that just wasn't an option. And when my senior year,
let's talk about that.
Hold on, let them finish, and then we'll talk about how you didn't go to Texas.
You across the street.
Alcorn band director came to Yates and auditioned me and this girl named Amber. We both got full scholarships, but I said I'm not going to Mississippi. I was like, we're from there, and I'm not going. And so I went to Prairie View Band Camp my junior year, our senior year, and I was with K May, and I was like, oh, this is okay, this is cool. And I wasn't really a fan of Prairie View Band because I was like, they just so structured, coming from a ghetto school where you can march any way you want to. Every section had their way to come through. And the Prairie View was like this arm, and I was like, I ain't really with them. But my senior year, they let us, because we did high school band camp, they let us come and sit by the band. And they played Mia X. We don't care if I say, I might can fool with them. And so I worked my way because I played the trumpet. And my band director said, I think you need to transition to mellophone. I said, what's that? And he was like, French horn. So he trained me. He coached me and everything. But the hardest thing, Prairie View, you crab, you got to shave your head, you got to go through the stupid stuff, you got to earn your keep. But the hardest thing for me was learning how to play and dance. That's not what we did at Yates. We might play my boo, marching in place, going down, and we got after it. But at Prairie View, you had all kinds of kick step. And then it was the pressure. And what I liked about it, it just helped me. I hated being a crab. Everybody know that because I didn't have anybody with me. I didn't have anybody from Yates with me at all. But but I hung in there. But I hated every day. I used to go back to that band. I mean, my dorm.
Dorm at night.
With my Yates people, I used to hang out with the Yates people because none of them was in the band. But just to say that, you like to see where we come from and how many different people it takes to make up that well-oiled machine, which we call a marching band. So that was just really interesting to hear everybody's walk. But like, you just don't know. People don't really know what you do to get to college, because that was our caveat in to be what we are today. If it wasn't for band, I wouldn't have been a part of anything else in college. You know what I'm saying? So,
Corey, I'm glad you talked about your experience, because I just want everybody to know that Corey is the only person who was on a dance scholarship.
Oh, he sure was.
Corey, Prof. Edwards pulled Corey to the front.
Y'all ought to be shamed.
And had him do that horn dance into the second half. And he said, and he on scholarship. Corey started looking around like, what?
We looking at him like, how you get that scholarship?
How you
get that scholarship?
He is the only person. Don't let nobody else tell you that they were on a band dance scholarship, because that's a lie. Corey E. Wilson was on a band dance scholarship. I'm just saying.
That was awesome, Corey.
Shit is awesome.
But you know what's funny about it was that I didn't even like coming from a family that didn't go to college like that. They just hardworking people. I didn't even know you could get scholarships in a band. So, when people was lining up to get their band scholarship, I was like, what they doing? They was like, it's band scholarship. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't get that, and I was going by my business. So when Prof. L was the opposite name man, Prof. L was when he said, and he's on scholarship, I said, who? And he was like, yeah. He said, you on scholarship. And I never forget, I saw that money on my fee receipt. And I said, oh, man. But then what that did, I had to dance for the band every year thereafter. So the next year, he pulled me from the band again. And I said, but then this time he said, play the horn dance too. So I'm like, by myself? Oh, man. You did it. But that was some good times. But what you were saying, Kevin, about TSU being across the street and nobody going over there, what happened?
I'm saying a school right across the street from your high school, they didn't interest you?
No. Texas Southern went through a rebuilding stage, and I think we were in high school when they started rebuilding at that time. Like in the early 90s, they kind of started getting their footing back, and they were a pretty small size band. Sounded really good, but I didn't want to be a part of a small collegiate band. So.
That's a great answer, Corey. I like how you.
And I go ahead. And go ahead.
No, I was just saying how I liked how he made that answer. It was so professional. Because I would have said, because I ain't want
to go. He was on the stipends. And you mentioned, Corey, about how you had to play in front of the band. Well, with the World Fame, we had this thing where the band director would come in any given day and just point you out, one person from each section, and you just stand up. You just had to play the whole field show. And you better play it or you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
And that alone, I wouldn't say I used to be a shy guy. I wouldn't say that, but that alone makes you like, man, if I can do this in front of everybody, man, I can do anything. Yeah. So marching band not only, prepares you for, just band, but there's so many other things in life that it prepares you for. Performing in front of all those people, I know a lot of people, they're afraid to do public speaking, but it's not a problem because, when you're used to doing it, it's like second nature.
Right. And the band hall is where you sink or swim. Like it was like, and
that's the hardest audience you ever gonna find.
The hardest. I was gonna say, no one got you like a band room. They're gonna ridicule you and they're gonna support you at the same time. And so that's what I appreciate about it, because when we all graduated and moved on, we were prepared. And like I'm sure it's the same, like Calvin, when you go off to college and you become a part of something, because I think people look at the band as like, band is looked at across the world like, oh, they're nerds. They're not, but you have some hard life people coming out the band and they're just uber talented, but they learn how to survive with what they had. And so when you come out of that situation and that they learn how, when you get into band camp as a small freshman and you move your way around, you don't really know the parts that it take, like the equipment staff, who's over instruments, getting the uniforms, them out doing the markers, providing this and that, making sure your health is taken care of. It's a whole
machine,
system.
man.
And so to learn all that, you have a respect. And that's why I think in the Black college experience, that's why people respect their bandsmen or their collegiate band so much, because they know that while they're sleeping, they hear that band still over there, probably marching down the street, because it taught you discipline. Like it was no off button, and you just had to respect it. So.
And one thing about band too, like I think it made me a better student as well, because I'll never forget my freshman year. Like, they didn't think I could play my instrument because I was in like a male dominated section, play baritone. So they didn't think I knew how to play. And one time, he came in, he started calling people out. He called me out on James Brown. Oh, what's the song?
I Feel Good.
I Feel Good.
Did you play it, Trish? Did you play it?
Man, listen. First of all, I knew how to play the horn. Period. Like, I know how to play. I know how to read music. So when they called me out, everybody was looking. Even my crab sisters and brothers was like this. Let me see. So when I start, playing, they gonna say later, "Ooh, I see." Like, man, get out of my face. I know how to play. Because I'm not loud and doing all that extra stuff. I'll do y'all in a lot of stuff. Y'all just
Someone said it made them keep their grades up and they wasn't trying to lose their scholarship.
All of us, I think.
All of us, really.
I think all of us.
I'm from
I didn't even know I was on.
I
didn't even know I was on scholarship. It just kind of
a lot more kids are going to music because that's the new way out of the hood. That's
true.
They're from New Orleans.
It's true.
Absolutely.
It's something about a HBCU band that, of course, this generation, they see it on a different level. We had to like personally see it. That's why you have the numbers are so big now. Like you're able to look at these the Prairie Views and all these bands, and they have
able to market better.
45 tubas. Yeah. I remember with us, we had to literally go.
If you didn't go to the game.
But let's.
But that's a catch-20 because
I appreciated that, because you would be at home, you would be practicing, and people be like, "What prayer you gonna do?" And you remember y'all used to probably like, everybody stop playing. There's some tissue people over there spying on the band. That's what it was. We didn't have YouTube and all that, so you knew
we put that part in Stomp the Yard. Like when you remember like when they were filming it.
Yeah,
like they were spying on the other one or whatever.
And what I remember about it is that when you marched in the band, when you marched into the stadium, you knew your show was top notch. You knew you was gonna be above.
Well, we didn't care who was in the stadium. You can look and spy all you want. World Fame was coming with it,
and that's the mindset you're supposed to have.
Yeah, because I don't.
But we didn't.
I do support all HBCUs and I do love all HBCUs, man. But I don't remember y'all being that great when we were in school. As far as like what
field show.
Yeah.
Field show.
What I was really interested in. You know what I mean? It was like y'all were seeing, y'all were seeing a lot. I don't even think you were there then actually, but
y'all was, he's an O2.
Y'all was last year, Jimmy. He was there last year.
Y'all was seeing a lot, but and on the commercials and all that kind of stuff. But the thing that always stuck out for me most is, and I think that's why we all had the same reaction when we actually saw y'all sit down and play, and it was like straight to the camera, because how they would design y'all's formations would just me personally feel like it would just mess up the sound. And I'm glad a lot of people now, because of where we are now, the social media and everything, a lot of the formations have changed based on that one thing. Like they may not admit it, but you can tell the difference, because everybody gets it now. Everybody gets and understands camera angles and camera work, because the worst thing a lot of times is for the camera to be on the field in the formation. it always sound bad. It always like it's never like the sound that you want to give off, you know. And that was a Gremlin thing. The cameraman would always be down on the field in like one flute player's instrument or one trumpet player's instrument or whatever, and you don't get the full sound that the show band is trying to give off. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of that happens when the cameras went from television.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of clips where, especially NBC, when it's Bayou Classic time, that is something that you really can't prevent. I think if we did that still to this day, you'll still, see mistakes and see errors, and also hear some people miss a couple notes or two.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
Calvin, they're asking for you to give an experience of like getting ready for Bayou Classic. Like, what was that like?
So Bayou Classic, like you guys say, people be spying and things like that. We try to keep everything tight-lipped. It's supposed to be element of surprise the night we come out for the Battle of the Bands. Preparation starts first day of band camp. Field show wise, what the band directors tend to do is combine the best of every field show that we had the entire year and use the best of that to come together with the field show, add new here and there. Music wise, we're gonna play the hottest thing that's out at that time.
Y'all did.
Y'all did that.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't understand about
We did not.
Bayou Classic, especially Battle of the Bands, it's not about who's the loudest, who's the whatever. If you play the song
that's hot,
supposed to be played at that time, no matter Southern, Gremlin, wherever, they're gonna cheer for you. It's all about hitting the right number at the right time. Now, things a little different now because they're allowed to play 2 and 3 songs at a time. But then you had to play that one song, and that was it. But preparation was long nights. I'm talking about, especially the last 2 to 3 weeks. You got school in the morning, but you don't get out of practice till 11 o'clock mostly. And sometimes section leader may say, "Hey, we need to get this rehearsal, this practice in. Make sure we got our music." But there's a lot of preparation, and we do a lot of things to just sit around Bayou Classic. We even set up the band room different. The way we sit in the band room is totally different from the way we practice the entire year to get ready for the Battle of the Bands. And I can remember my first time, man, coming out of that tunnel. Like, those lights hit your eyes. You're like, man,
tunnels are everything. Tunnels are everything.
Where am I? And it's just like the greatest experience ever.
We had a showman for a musical director, and that's what I like. That's why I think we clicked so much, because he understood the show and he understood timing. He understood all of that. That's why our show was created the way it was, and that's why people used to say we were best kept secret in the SWAC, because we didn't get a lot of marketing and we weren't an exposure. And that's why we would be super tight about what we were about to do, because nobody was expecting anything from a Prairie View that was coming to those games. So they were like, but they knew TSU, they knew Gremlin, y'all had a different marketing tool. So we would be tight behind ours and not want anybody to see anything or even get a whiff of who we were bringing out or what song we were doing or nothing, because we just wanted to come with that force. But he even, he probably wouldn't admit it, but he would even time it out to where we would show up later. The band, is supposed to already be in the stands and ready. But he understood the power of showmanship. And then the audience is already in the stands. The football team already warmed up. The other band, we blew them all out. The other band was already in the stands doing their thing, like T-T-Ta, man. And then all of a sudden we come through with a cadence and in all white. The drummer, that's why Sam says what he says, because when we came through. We didn't got to do nothing but march. And we came through because our director understood what we were doing. A lot of people, they come out and the drum majors, they're dancing and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But ours was like so effective. We marched. We just marched straight through. Yeah, we marched straight through that tunnel. And at that time, I think it was 5 or 6 of us in all white. He just got it. And a lot of directors don't get it.
But what I say is that, a lot of people are surprised, like not just sticking with Prairie View, but like the pride that we had with our band, being that we didn't travel, We didn't have big, like we didn't have a Bayou Classic. You know, we had State Fair Classic, which our season was built around. But like to still be able to field a great size band that we did, because these kids now, hey, you got to go to Walt Disney World, you got to go to do inaugural for them that had to be a part of your recruitment package to even get to your school. And then to hear these kids see them online talking about, oh, I marched over there for 2 years, but now I'm section lead over here. It's like, is it like a recruitment thing? But to say all that, what I was saying was like the preparedness and how every year when we were at Prairie View, we didn't know where we were going. We knew we were going to
yes, you did.
Houston and Dallas.
Yeah, that's what you knew.
What I'm saying is, like, we hung on every week. Like
the Dallas game.
No, someone would say, "Hey, I heard we might be going to Alabama this year." So that would be like an event. And then of course, the Tuesday or Wednesday, somebody got shot, and we're not going. And so that's another thing I want to talk about, the HBCU experience, because the funding just wasn't there. And I think, one thing I want to say about people that are at Prairie View and at these schools with these universities, with these that are able to travel to every game and support your school, be grateful, because I've heard some of you be out there talking like you always complain. If the band we had were able to go to every game, it wouldn't be I ain't never heard of Prairie View or Prairie View this and that. We would already be out there. So we were the best kept secret. But I just not even just talking about Prairie View, just be grateful that we could see the growth of a HBCU right in front of our very eyes. When Prairie View band took up half Blackshear Stadium at one point, what I'm saying? And look at them at that stadium now. So,
and what I think that afforded Grambling a lot of the opportunities that we had was that we had Eddie G. Robinson, the great Eddie G. Robinson, to be the football coach. We were just blessed to be in that position, and I'm forever grateful because that alone just opened so many opportunities. Of course, the band has a name for itself too, but because of football and because of the foundation that he laid, our band director Conrad Hutchinson was able to join forces with that and just just use that and just build on it, because movies, commercials, Super Bowl. I was on Jeopardy. I was in The Great Debaters. There's so many things. It's like, man,
that was actually like one of the things that when y'all did the Super Bowl, y'all did those things or whatever. I'm like, man, when I stepped into entertainment, I was like, I'm PV's about to do that some kind of way, and it just so happened, God aligned his way or whatever, and I made sure, I was like, nah, this has to happen, because
and I think
we had done other little things and stuff like that or whatever, but it was just the idea in my head that it was the Super Bowl. I'm like, nah, this is how it has to be, and it was because of bands like Grambling, and seeing y'all and what you did, and I'm like, nah, it needs to be exactly what I remember it being. And Crystal know, because I was in Houston with them the whole time, with her, trying to get it to what I remember, because I had been there for a while, and I was like, no, I got to be what I remember PV being.
It was different. Definitely different.
Yeah, on this massive stage, because I, of experiences like that, remembering Grambling and y'all doing that.
Yep, and I think networking is very big. Networking and building on that to keep those opportunities coming, because
100%.
You got to have people that's willing to do that, because there are so many opportunities that come about, but it's just that when you have to have the right people that's in place that want to have that energy to say, let's go here, let's go.
So bringing it to I still got my, this shirt is too big, but I got it on just for today. But let's talk about homecoming. Everybody knows.
Let's go, homecoming, baby.
But there was a time when Prairie View's homecoming wasn't what it was.
Oh yeah.
And y'all had the old stadium in the dirt.
Wait,
yeah. We didn't have what Prairie View, what you see Prairie, that was an overnight growth. When we were freshmen in 1998, we didn't have tailgate. You remember, tailgate didn't exist. You did the parade, people went to the game, they went to the step show. That experience grew. And I remember, I think it was 2000 or 2001, there were a couple of RVs in front of front of the Baby Dome. And people was like, what they doing out there? And that started that movement. It went from that parking lot, then it grew to that grass next to the next band hall. And it just started to, even when we didn't have a big stadium, it just started to really expand to what it is today. And I, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like I at homecoming now more.
It's nothing like an HBCU homecoming, and this is somebody that's I've been to USC's homecoming, I've been to UCLA's, I've been to Pepperdine's, obviously all in California, but I've been to different people's homecomings, and it's fun, it's exciting, but it's nothing at all like an HBCU homecoming. I've been to Howard's homecoming, I've been to our homecoming, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a totally different experience. And no, my personal experience was nothing like how it is now. Like, me being in school is nothing at all how Prairie View's homecoming is now. But I still had the same experience. You know what I mean? I remember, especially, you know how we say, oh, we were preparing for 2 games. Homecoming was one of those games because we knew that our audience was about as hard as you can get. You know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, oh, y'all played that song last week. Y'all gonna play it again? You know what I mean? Like, the Black Foxes, they just wore that at Labor Day. You know what I mean? Like, our audience was hard. So that was one that we prepared. We had to do something different, something special, some kind of way that was different. That was for the band on the field. But then just for the student, it was the step shows. Man, it was the talent show. We even had the talent show.
The concert, they had the concert, but it was for the older people.
We always had 2. We had one for the older crowd, the alumni, and then we had one for us. Like, we'll have Chameleon there, and then we'll have Patti LaBelle.
Last night.
You know, and that was what you just get. And then the whole campus, like our campus life, just lit up during Springfest and especially homecoming, because it was that's when you had the water fight. That's when you had everybody always got out of control. But that's when you had the panty race, all that extra stuff, you know what I mean? But it's just that.
Did you try to mumble that?
He kind of threw it in that panty race, and then you
just in case some high school kids try to go to school and their parents are here watching it. But you had all this stuff, and that's another thing. When I was in school, in high school, everybody used to say, "Oh, PV, that's a party school. PV, that's a party school. PV, that's a party school." And then, thank God, I had my mom. She went to HBCU and everything. She's like, every school is a party school. It depends on what you're gonna do with it. Then when I got to PV, I'm like,
what a party!
Parties what a party at?
Yeah,
I've been waiting on this. What's up?
I was at Graham.
But then it's just that whole homecoming experience, and this is my last thing I'm gonna say. I will shout out for our personal campus. It was the Q's and KK side, and also the campus. They always had the tailgate going hard. Before the game, what is it called? Where they had where KK side's house was?
The Batcave?
3rd Street.
Batcave. The night before and all that, it was always they just kind of kept that experience going to what now everybody comes to the field and DJ Mr. Rogers is there and everybody has the whole campus going. We always had that. You know what I mean? We just had it on 3rd Street, or we had it on
in the Batcave.
We had it here, you know what I mean, in little pockets. But now it's the big community.
I'm gonna say something. This may sound crazy, but
come on, Mayo.
When I was in undergrad, I didn't care for homecoming. I was ready for it to be over. I was like, why y'all here at my house? Can't find nowhere to park.
Yes.
Hey.
Y'all interrupting band practice, that's when all the old heads come back. They be on this side.
My band was better.
Egg and Profit was the
everybody band was better than you.
And I do it now.
Yeah, but
hey, it was the old ass concerts for me.
Patti LaBelle.
That's what
say my name. Patti. I was like, what the?
Who asking for the people to come
and you saw those after 5 dresses walking across.
I was just
the sequence.
That was y'all personal experience, but that Baby Dome was packed.
It was. I didn't know. I wanted homecoming to be for the students too, and I had to realize it's not for us. It's for the alumni.
Yeah.
So from undergrad, I didn't like it. It was hot there at the game. I nearly almost passed out one time because didn't they have us sitting at the end zone? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That was at homecoming, I think 2000. So it was never really a joy because you got the parade, just tired.
Now the parade, no, I don't think none of us ever was excited about the parade.
Man, how early did you guys have to get up?
Early, like
early,
7, something like that.
7.
early.
And you just went to the room.
Yeah.
Like 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
We practiced.
We probably just came
the night
from.
before,
We probably just came from the back cave or
Yeah,
whatever that was.
yeah. And half the band drunk. Half the band was drunk.
Hangover.
Levi said Brian Dickens.
Ooh, something inside so strong.
Something inside. That was the money song. That's how we got our money.
I had the opportunity to experience other HBCU homecomings, and guys, when I say was just your homecoming is good.
Good.
No, I'm saying your own homecoming is you have a good time.
Oh, okay.
But when you go to someone else's homecoming and you can just it's on another level as well. Like Arkansas Pine Bluff. I've been to Texas Southern before. Southern has a real good homecoming.
Yeah.
Alabama A&M. Man, it's just
A&T.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. Morehouse.
Well, all of them from Atlanta. They got it's a disadvantage though.
Yeah. Are we gonna get some of the callers in?
Yeah.
Somebody asked. Oh.
Well, Corey, it looked like Corey had another question. Come on, Corey.
I didn't. I was going to start bringing people in so they can start telling some of their experience.
Before someone asked the question, what do we think about Bethune-Cookman and family joining the SWAC?
I welcome it.
Yeah.
I have no issue. Right. Because I think it's bigger than band, and that's where most people are at when it comes to that discussion. But I'm happy.
Now they gave you the good answer. I think they want to hear something like camaraderie answer. They better come with it because it's a SWAC.
Of course.
Don't come over here on mute.
Yeah, but
nice
but this is the thing though too. Like you got to think about our audience. So I'm
they're gonna love it.
I'm like 20 years, but I'm 20 years removed from band, so I don't really care.
Yeah,
that's a true
you
answer.
Still love band. You still
I do, but I don't sit at the house when people post the clip. I don't just say, "Oh, I don't really care. Like I'll watch it, but I'm not like diehard. But I really do love band. I really do. If you show me a clip, I will that's nice right there.
Yeah,
but
I don't think any of us are diehard. We have jobs. We can't put too much time into it.
Yeah, I think I'm saying that because how do we feel about FAMU coming to SWAC? I don't care that they coming to SWAC.
Mean teacher.
I don't care because FAMU is not FAMU, not the FAMU that I know.
No, not.
So why do I care?
I wonder if it's going to be still that rivalry that we always wanted. You know what I mean? It was always FAMU better be glad because
But that was us.
We don't play them.
I don't think.
That was us.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder if they still had that same rivalry. They got a rivalry.
But I think even if it was then, I think it will still be the same rivalry if y'all had a rivalry with them then because the alumni are going to support it.
I think it's different because we have a new band director. When Prof. Edwards was there at the helm, he is a alumni of FAMU. So, what I'm saying? So we were doing, what I'm saying? Like it made sense for us to be a rival, but now.
Is that why y'all uniforms look like FAMU?
Yes.
Okay. It is actually.
Well, you see, in 1926, the World Fame created their own image.
Oh,
we can tell.
Yeah.
What a callers there? You want to get to the callers?
Yeah. I want to talk about the Grand. I want to ask you a question about Grand Fam real quick because this is just.
Do I have to answer?
You don't have to answer. I'm just going to tell you
know
what
about
I
the bass drum?
Man, fuck that bass drum.
Okay, go ahead. We got that out there.
I don't care about that. It's always somebody pulling it. Yeah, don't nobody care about that. We know y'all march a concert bass. So what? This is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, did y'all band dance ever change? Because it looked like the song did, but the dance was the exact same every year.
Well, we have
legit question.
We have yes and
traditional moves.
We
Okay.
have traditional moves, kick to cross, all that.
Not kick to
football chain, all that. Yeah, we have traditional things that we do from year to time to time.
Okay.
They don't even do the dance stuff that I did when I was in the band.
Okay.
But I
Thank
think
God.
they should go back. But if it worked, why?
Evolve.
You evolve.
No, yeah,
but
yeah.
What made FAMU? What made Prairie View?
I feel show.
Well,
yeah.
I feel show.
But what in specifically in that field show that was and that was the box feature, right?
The sequence of it, the black foxes and the box at that time, they call something else, but the box at that time, those were like our cherries on top.
Right.
And that's what made it distinctive and different from even FAMU and all them. Because the black foxes at that time was like geared off of the rocket girls in New York.
We were always Bellfront.
Yeah, we couldn't
always. We always Bellfront.
For the
that's
so
fine.
we wouldn't have that
style.
off sound.
Yeah.
I think but I wouldn't say that defined Prairie View. I think what defined Prairie View was us forming PVMU and going to Entertainment Tonight. That really stabilized and that gelled us as a because everyone, if you look at every band, they always had the field show and the majorettes and then the band dance. We had the box and we had ET. You couldn't experience a Prairie View halftime show without those two staples. And a good gift or the dessert would be one of Prof's great arrangements for the concert number and stuff like that. So we have a lot of different components. He was birthed from FAMU, and so FAMU is a very musical university, and Prof brought that and he put his twist on it, so he made it his own. And so that's what I liked about Prairie View, because as you get older, when I was coming from Third Ward to Yates High School, I didn't know what a FAMU was, and so to know as I got older and saw that was the band he came from, you could see the similarities and say, but he did do his own,
he did his own thing.
I give respect, and that's why I tell people all the time. I see all these fights and arguments online. I can't really get with it when they be like, that look like somebody y'all never seen us, so y'all don't know. And so like when we were coming up, we didn't see a A&T, so we didn't know they had a drum line that they honored and they had all that. It was box for us, box and nothing else. So to see there was another college paying homage to their band, their drum section, is to be commended. It's not to be a competition like who did it first. Let's stop that. But I just think that.
I think it's good, healthy competition. Who did it best? That's what kept us going.
But this is not healthy competition now. But again, we're not in this era where we didn't live in this era, because I think if we did have social media, we probably would have had.
It would have been all bad.
we probably would have made road trips for real.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't have any social media back then.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm so glad I came in when I came. But what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing people in and letting them tell their stories about when they were in the band or what they homecomings. And you don't even have to be in the band to call in. So there's a link. I think I have it.
It's just about homecoming experience. Period.
Just homecoming period. And so what we're gonna have first, we have Jacoby coming in from Alcorn. So we'll let him take it away, Jacoby.
Hey, Jacoby.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So first of all, I gotta correct you, Corey. You said Alcorn. You already know it's Alcorn.
It's tomato,
tomato.
All corn. So
tell us about your experience on the great yard of Alcorn State University. The reservation.
There you go.
Wait, let's go back. Why reservation? Give us a explanation on that history.
Well, my mama marched for SOD, so that was easy. And my dad went. I'm a third generation Alcornite. So,
Okay.
And where did the name reservation? When did that start? Like, what's the significance behind everyone saying the reservation? Because we hear that a lot, especially on the Rough and the Swack and the Swack Sports Central.
So something about Alcorn, if you've never been there, it's very secluded and serene. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a play on some of the Native American kind of influences in the state. And it just kind of worked out that way for us. As y'all know, Alcorn is the oldest land grant HBCU in the nation.
We know.
That's right. So it's very
land
wooded,
grant.
very secluded, and so that's kind of it works for us.
Okay, so tell us about your homecoming experience.
Homecoming at Alcorn. So similar to some of the things y'all have talked about, like I did not get to enjoy any of my homecomings at Alcorn. I was in the band. SOD marched there from 06 to 2010, and also Delta Kappa, Alpha Phi Alpha. So there were 2 seasons that I marched where like I would leave band practice and then we would start step practice. And so that would go on, especially when I was a neo. We'd have to get up and get the tent ready for the old head. It would just be like an entire experience where you were exhausted and just want to rest. Plus other things that were going on. And trying to keep up with your studies too. If you went to class that week. So I can honestly say that I didn't enjoy a homecoming until maybe the season after I graduated. Because I was in grad school. That's how I met Corey in Texas. I went to UNT for grad school. So maybe one of those years when I was in grad school, when I came back and got to enjoy homecoming. So
good. I can say from my experience, I have had the opportunity to go to Alcorn's homecoming. It's a good time.
Oh yeah. Yep. We're gonna feed you. We're gonna treat you well. Real cool people out there.
And now that I think about it, I have a lot of relatives that are graduates of Alcorn. I also have a cousin that was Miss Alcorn State University, Tiffany Lloyd. Lloyd.
Yeah, she's from Louisiana.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Hey,
she went to Southern, I believe, too, right?
Yes,
Jacoby, man, we thank you so much for calling in, man, because it's like 7 people in the wait, but Jacoby, we appreciate you, man, and shout out to you. I thank you for dialing in, Jacoby. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. All right, Jacoby. All right. Hey, Calvin has become the new
host,
moderator. Yeah.
Oh, moderator.
I'm here for it. So we got.
Man, look at this.
It's the chef.
The chef.
So we tell us about your homecoming, Justin. Your homecoming experience.
Homecoming was always crazy. Trying to get ready for the band practice, we always stayed up real late. Worried about old heads coming back, grabbing the instrument, trying to jump in and battling instantly on the sideline every time we stopped. When I was a crab, I really didn't know what we was getting into. I just remember we had Trish always making sure we was on top of it. I remember right after the parade, I wanted to take a nap. Forget all of this old head meeting anybody. So I slid back to the dorm room. When I came back, I was late, smelling all good. Trish was like, "What? You took a shower? What's wrong with you? What's going on?" But yeah, homecoming was always crazy. I think after that, every homecoming after that, I was drunk. Parades, terrible. I remember Jimmy just he pulled me out. He pulled me outside one day like I was a crab. I think maybe 2001. He was like, "Man, you smell like nothing but alcohol. What's going on?"
I was like, "Bro, you can't do this. You can't do it."
Come on, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
But see, Justin, you just confirmed it. I'm telling you, man, our homecomings was lit.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, do you remember? Like, I think I almost made you like quit the band. You hated my guts your crap year.
No, it wasn't you though, Trish. You was the savior.
Lying.
He lying.
I remember.
Whenever you went bad,
but I was
whenever you went bad on us,
I helped him. I helped him. I never like one thing about me. Like I remember my crab year, and like I think crab years suck, and I never wanted to be that old head. I never did. So I was always like Jimmy. They used to have Jimmy doing that stupid stuff. Man, get your ass up.
Yep.
And he'd be like, he'll look up like, who's
He
saying
didn't know
that?
what to do.
But he was like, they'll be
I
like,
mean, real,
I said, man, get up, get your ass up and crunk. Don't have him doing that stupid shit. I
Kev on
thought
your
I
back.
always tried to like save y'all, but I remember like
but
this part.
it felt good coming in as because it seemed like our whole section almost felt like music majors. It wasn't, but we had section leader who couldn't be section leader no more for whatever reason. Dude that wanted to be the section leader. A saxophone player that was our section leader. You know, in Makiti. And Makiti was wise beyond his years. So that was always a real good person for me to get up under. Then Corey being my crab brother, coming from that style, because as Jimmy said, we really had no clue. Our senior year, we just kind of faked it till we made it. So by the time I got to Prairie View, I marched like I was running track. And she always told me, boy, you ain't gonna put the boot down. Like, come on, march. But I always felt like
But you was always a beast on that horn, though.
That was my only way to get people off.
Yeah, that's one dude right here. For the people that don't know, it's one dude that can play almost every brass instrument. Period. In the band.
Period.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling.
Hold on, before you go, what do you feel about homecoming being canceled?
Whoopie. He's
due
whoopie.
to COVID.
Well, as y'all know, I'm the assistant band director at Texas College. So
yeah.
Okay.
Our president hit us real early as soon as the COVID thing hit before the semester was even over and told us we wasn't going to have school in the fall. He was going to cancel it. The whole school was going to be online. So I kind of wrapped it around my head that all homecomings was going to be canceled and we was going to be lucky enough to enjoy it when we could. So we just got to stay safe, man. There's no use even worrying about it. You know, most of us are getting together on our own anyway. 9 times out of 10, when you go to homecoming, for me anyway, I'm in a couple of fraternities. I see the same people that I see at my fraternity conventions or meetings. So it's going to be the same people that I see at homecoming. So I see y'all on Instagram. You know, that's how it is. I'm going to stay safe for my family.
Man,
that's actually a great point.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in, Justin. We appreciate it, man. And keep watching
Appreciate y'all.
Okay, we got Melton coming in. Melton.
Oh, they got me on.
What's up, Melton? Come on.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Hey.
Good,
Hey.
Yeah, excuse how I look. I've been, just playing the game and drinking.
Okay.
You want to introduce yourself?
Homecoming. Introduce yourself to us about homecoming and your experience.
Yeah. Say that again. Let me. I got some folk over. The band staff. We were playing Mario Kart. My bad.
You Ryan. You fine. You called in.
Are you in college now?
You say what?
Are you in college now?
No, I'm the assistant director of bands and instructor at Alcorn State University.
Alcorn is heavy in here. Got it.
I know.
Brad.
I see it. My bad. For those that don't know me, Milton Harvey II. Already, assistant band director. I crabbed at Alcorn in 05. KK Psi, Fall 07, Alpha Phi Alpha, Spring 09, DK. I'm the advisor on campus. That's pretty much it.
So tell us about your homecoming. What a homecoming experience for you at being an HBCU graduate, being in the band. Just tell us what you want to know about, how does experience homecoming at Alcorn?
Well, it's a little different since, we were all in the band, so I couldn't really participate in any of the festivities. And now as an alum, even when I tried to participate, I was a high school band director and my band was down the street from Alcorn. And one of the requirements was the band had to march in the homecoming parade. So I've never really just truly experienced like a fan. And then I started working at Alcorn. So my experience is a little different from everyone else's. I still have fun. I still, do me and, congregate. But I have to remember that the same folk that I was with in undergrad are now stakeholders. Those are the ones that donate to the university. Those are the ones that get back to the band. So I can't be out there, I can't get drunk with them or have too much fun with them because they're still going to connect me to the university band. It's like, oh, Mr. Harvey was doing this. Oh, Prof. Harvey was doing this. Like, nah, can't have that. I still have to have some type of professionalism while on campus. So that's one reason, every year I try to go to someone else's homecoming and, just, let my hair down, enjoy myself. I've been going to Grambling homecoming for the past 3 years. And it's like, you know, I can be Milton. I don't have to be Mr. Harvey.
Right.
But you know, the experience, the homecoming, it's like a family reunion. You know, the band comes back, you know, alumni comes back, they come in the band hall, they start reminiscing, and then what I love about it is that's when they start giving back. Like when you let them in the band hall that Friday night before practice, you know, and they're enjoying themselves. And I go up to, especially my CBs, so it's like, so have you donated, or, you know, so what we gonna do? You know, as long as the band is thriving and they see that, then that's when the money roll in. But yeah, that's my experience.
I like that.
So as band director, is your homecoming experience is mostly about trying to get funding for the band for the next year?
Funding, make sure the, you know, stakeholders are, you know, are good, administration, and make sure it's an enjoyable experience. You know, Alcorn is known for having that family, you know, it's a family oriented band. So, you know, when these folk come back, you know, you want to make sure that everyone's enjoying themselves. So even if, you know, I don't see it, it's not really more about the money, it's more about the experience. And, you know, folks, when they you know, we're big on social media now. So when these folks, they enjoy themselves, they'll post it, then they'll post their experience. Then, you know, you'll see these high schoolers and junior high schoolers seeing it, and that's also a part of recruitment. So yeah, it's really just more about the experience than the funds. That's just, you know, the added, you know, it's like, hey, you know, something's in the foundation, we turn it up.
Yeah, I think it's like that at every school.
Mm-hmm.
Serious.
Yeah.
Melson, man, I thank you for calling in, man. We should tell your story and everything like that. And I wish y'all well, because I know COVID introduced some new disadvantages for y'all.
Yeah, no idea.
Band camp and stuff. So, man, hang in there, and we rooting for you.
Appreciate it, my good brother.
All right, Mel.
All right, y'all have an excellent evening.
You too.
You too.
Okay,
It will be good or funny to see how like people do band camps and stuff like that now.
So now we got Levi.
Look at Officer Levi.
What's up? You know, I when I come on here, I give straight up government names.
Yeah.
Jimmy Ray Osborne Smith, Crystal Mayo, my twin, and Trisha Faye, and my roommates. What's up, y'all? Listen.
What's going on?
Hey, he gonna hit you with some one-liners. He gonna hit you with some one-liners.
I'm gonna be quick. So, Calvin, I appreciate you, brother. I see you trying to hold your own on the show, Grambling. I love Grambling. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was in 5th grade, I used to see Grambling on. I said, "Oh, I want to go to Grambling," but my family was all from PV, and so I enjoyed, you know, going to PV, you know, when I was younger. But Grambling was the reason why I wanted to go to college. So I just got to go there. But I'm gonna say the purple and gold go very strong. And these people right here, I love them to death, man. I was a band junkie with these people. Now, I ain't stay up late with them, but I work with the football team. So, trust me, I went everything. I was on their side. When we had the little Southern incident, I was right there on that field, ready to get down and dirty with my people. So, man,
let's talk about it.
But when I say really, when you really get down to it, man, homecoming is a great experience, man. And back then, Prairie View wasn't winning games, so people came to the game. People came to the game straight for the band. So I work with the team. So I'm gonna tell you something. How everybody be there in the stands early. As soon as that band get out that field, ghost out. So I'm telling you from a person that knows. But I'm right. If the band would have been with us when we went down to Langston in October 1998.
Come on.
We would have tore that place up.
Yes, we would have.
When we won our first game after 80 games. So I'm gonna tell you something, man. I love y'all. You know, hey, homecoming is a great experience, man. I just can't. You know, at the end of the day, it was love. Jimmy, Crystal, Trish, Corey. Love y'all.
All right, Levi.
Love you.
We love you too. Now we got Adrian Tyler, and then we got Walter.
Oh man, Father Time, the father of time.
Southside still holding. What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Man, I did want to say though. I want to say this. Homecoming. Somebody said it earlier. It kind of evolved. I know my freshman year, it's always been hype.
But to see what it has become now, and just to piggyback off what he just said a few seconds ago, man. Well, when we had Blackshear, you better get in that stadium, an hour early?
Yeah. Because
we was going to take up half the seats.
Yeah.
And it ain't like we had a lot to start with.
Us and our entourage.
Yeah. You know, us and the 100 that we brought with us. And so you have people literally just standing all around the place. And then by the time we got back to the stands after halftime, you could pick a place to sit. But just over time, this thing has grown. And to see what they have now, it just really warms my heart. But Trace, don't start with me today.
I hate when people say warms my heart.
Hey, this might have something to do with it, though.
I know. I just hate that. I hate it. It's so funny.
But no, seriously, I've been sitting here listening to this all night and
all night.
Hour 35 minutes.
It's an hour 35. Yeah, that's
good talk.
But no, it's kind of taking me back because I'm kind of like Trish. Y'all know me, man, because I brought most of y'all in the band, and back then with me, it was just bam, all day, all night.
Asthma attack.
Hey, watch out now.
All day, all night. Asthma. I can't breathe. Like
I outgrew.
Wait, Adrian, what was that? Adrian, what was that song you wrote? Didn't you?
Running away.
Running away, right?
No.
Running away. He did.
He did. He also wrote Deborah Cox.
That was the song right there.
And he revised it.
Which one?
Again. And again.
We never did play it.
Who's Deborah Cox? How did you get here?
How did you get here?
I thought we played it at basketball season.
No, you played it during basketball season at practice. It never did not in there.
Was that 94?
Yeah. No,
that's 98.
He wrote it. He's after me. What you like?
97.
97.
97. That's right,
That
baby.
was a terrible year. Oh, that was a terrible year.
You killed that running away though.
Yeah. But you know what else you kill? You kill Bills.
Oh, I knew something else.
Justin, you got to stop calling in. You taking up a space. You're trying to come in. Justin, I see you, and I keep trying to not. I don't want to ban you, but you got to get off. Coming in.
Who is Justin?
Justin just came assistant manager from Texas College.
Yeah. He want to talk to Adrian.
But we got people lined up, so you got to get off here, Justin.
Hey, Adrian wrote Bills. It was a beautiful song, beautiful. But I had to ask one day. I said, "Can we pay one bill and not all of them?" Because
I remember
that song was long.
It kept going. I was like, "Shit! Oh shit! It's long."
But it made it worth it. Then we got to the Cotton Bowl that year, and
Grambling played it.
And Grambling played it right in front of us.
Exactly.
And
I said it was nice. I just said, "Can we pay one?"
I don't know you long enough. I read between your lines.
Yeah.
Did you have Lil Cantrell too?
Yeah.
You didn't hear him upside?
Yeah.
That was a good one
too.
Adrian was really a great writer. He really was. He is, because I'm sure he still can write. He really is a great writer. We had some really great writers in the band during our time. We really did. Him, Tex.
Can we pay one?
Dwight.
Sam, like they were right.
Yeah.
Keegan was a great writer. Rennie, they wrote really
Damon wrote.
Damon Henson.
Big ball.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. The Pharrells and the Dallas Austins and a lot of those people, they came from HBCU bands or band or were band heads and turned producers and all that kind of stuff now. And so it's good to not only think of, because a lot of times people can get confused and say, "Oh, band is only me marching on the field, me doing this or whatever." But no, it's a career, it's a lifestyle, it's a culture, it's all that stuff wrapped in one. And these producers that you see now, like the songs that you hear on the radio, it's a reason why it sounds or has a certain snare beat or snare drive or something like that, because they usually come from these bands that we all talking about now.
The last point I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna make way for somebody else. I know y'all got probably plenty of people lined up, but those by that same token, the people that move on from band and move into other industries, other walks of life, the lessons that they learn through the band help them all the way through life. I mean,
100%.
the leaders that you see, the people, the structure that you have to go through in. I mean, band is more or less a paramilitary organization. You have to have that structure. You have to have leaders, and then those leaders report to other leaders, and that stuff follows you all the way through life. It teaches you the responsibility. It teaches you the leadership. It just helps you all the way through life. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. It's good seeing Jimmy, K. Mayo, Trish. Good to meet you, Calvin. Even though you went to Grambling, this kind of started my career too. I thought better later on. Corey, good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Adrian.
Southside still holding.
Always. Always.
And now we have somebody coming in. We have the future president of Jarvis Christian College. This is my good friend Alba. She went to Jarvis Christian College. I'm gonna bring her in so she could talk. Hey,
Alba.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
The Dunn daughter.
Yes. Good evening.
Congratulations.
Good evening,
Yes,
everyone.
yes.
Hey, 2031 is the goal to be the president of Jarvis Christian College, and we're a small HBCU. Currently, I am the national president of the Alumni Association. And so, and you know what? You guys are so right. Preview produce productive people, because I have a degree from there. And so I didn't go there undergrad, but I went there for grad school. And I think that's where I originally met Corey. Mayo is related to my line sister, and she is good friends with my best friend, J-Dub. And one lead teacher I met you. I am a member of the ultimate, baby. The ultimate. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
All right.
And so,
no, you know, Crystal, she has like 3 of them going. So I was like, which one?
I was trying to figure out which
one.
Well,
you know, she's a part of the ultimate.
Got it.
Yes. And then, like I was saying, one main teacher, I met you through Michelle and Janet last year.
Yeah.
I think at the Battle of the Bands event during Labor Day. And so I met you. Yeah. And so, Corey, thank you for bringing me in. I want to speak from the aspect of a small HBCU. So we don't have a band and we don't have a football team, but we have a blazing homecoming. Do you hear me? Yeah. It is a good old family reunion, and it is the best 48 hours you can spend. You know, it is no limitations on the fun that we have behind those white picket fences down Highway 80. And we hate that we didn't get to have it. Our homecoming was canceled for 2020 in March. It was the hit of COVID. I had to make a public statement to the alumni. I had to make a plea to the president that we could communicate immediately about it, because we had to make a decision within 48 hours to cancel. And we're trying to get our homecomings up. I'm out shopping homecomings, hitting up PV homecoming. I've been to Howard's homecoming before. I got to go to Tuskegee's homecoming a couple of times. And so I was trying to take our homecoming to the next level as I was being sworn in as the national president of the Alumni Association. And so I missed my sworn in amongst my peers, but I still got a blazing party ready to celebrate there with some guests, DJs, and a couple of other events. Even to put divine personalities out there. I have on a Jarvis shirt. I wear Jarvis every day. So it can be nothing but great. And so if anyone that knows me knows that I've been saying since 99 that I will be the president of Jarvis Christian College. But you guys set a great example for small HBCUs on how to celebrate each other. So we appreciate you guys. I'm married to a Gamma Grambling State University Omega man, and so I get to feel the love of the Bayou Classic every year. I get to go to the Battle of the Bands. I get to feel all the love of the Bayou Classic, and so I'm trying to take it up a notch for smaller HBCUs. And I saw someone that was on the show that was at Texas College. That's our rivalry. So we're always in competition of what Texas College is doing. And so when they got a football team, I was like, what? They got a whole band. And so we had to get in competition with Texas College to make sure that we were able to get those individuals looking at our institution the same way they were looking at Texas College. And so we're working on a couple of things, but we are a small HBCU. We have a good time. I welcome y'all the third weekend in March every year. If you just need something to do, I will be on the yard. Everybody knows that they're going to wheel me up to Jarvis in my 90s. Because I'm gonna set my homecoming out, okay?
Come on,
I'm gonna miss
set it out.
Thanks to Prairie View A&M University, they have shown me what it means to set your homecoming out. So
Yeah.
we're gonna out every year.
See,
so
we're gonna.
I appreciate
I don't know
the
what Dub is
foundation that you
remembering.
guys have set.
We're gonna invite you to Dallas on February the 27th to see the Showdown State Fair
She
Classic.
lives here. She lives here.
We're gonna invite you to South Dallas to the fairgrounds to see Grambling and Prairie.
Prairie View A&M.
All right.
University have shown me what it
What
means
happened?
to set your
Echo.
homecoming.
I think she's
See, we're gonna take you to Dallas in.
We're gonna invite
That's
you to.
somebody's
Yeah, it's fixed.
Yeah, I think
It was playing from
I think it was
Facebook.
Echo.
it was playing from Facebook.
The delay.
That was Facebook.
So we have
Walter.
Look at little Corey. That's little Corey.
Little Dub.
Don, you're next. Go ahead, Walter. Talk to us. Tell us who you are about homecoming.
Everybody, I'm Walt. Crab, the Marching Storm in 08. Graduated. Yeah.
He a baby.
Graduated in 2012. I know almost all of these people on this live because they kind of raised me at PV. And just like everybody said, well, I would say this. I never enjoyed homecoming earlier, like in my early years, like my crab year, my neo year. I didn't enjoy it, but like I marched 5 falls. So like my 4th and 5th fall, I actually did enjoy it because everybody knew me as Lil Corey. Came in and everybody just like all the old heads just kind of welcomed me in, and it was a big family. So I did enjoy my last 2 falls as far as homecoming goes. And then Jimmy got us in the Super Bowl. So that was something
Jesus got you in the Super Bowl.
definitely that was a good time.
I was so removed from the band that it wasn't until Jimmy went to help them with the Super Bowl that he said, "Man, this the dude play French horn, looks just like you." And I said, "No, you don't." And then Crystal said, "It is. His name is Walt." Years later, so
Yeah, just like you.
Can you dance? You want to get on a scholarship?
He thought he was like the band dance president. That was when I heard that.
Right, yeah.
President. Oh, y'all had it's like a little group for real. President,
secretary, sergeant at arms.
Yeah, it was serious.
Yeah, the crazy thing is though, even though it's basically 10 years apart from when y'all was in the band and when I was in the band, like to see a lot of those staples that we still did, like Corey was saying, every time you see a Prairie View Field show, it's gonna be that ET and it's gonna be PVU, and that's something that never changed. And it's things like that you look back and are kind of iconic, and every time you see it, you get those chills.
Yeah,
I don't.
I appreciate it. Look at us. We so we know.
I don't get those chills.
The mean teacher.
One mean teacher.
I don't, y'all. I don't get it anymore.
I bet your classroom management is excellent.
Man, listen. Listen. Hey, Calvin, it's so cool. Look, Calvin, I can leave the gym.
See that?
And I don't have no problem.
See.
Everybody don't have it.
They don't. It's like it is a gift. Like it's a gift.
Every time I hear them tubas for ET, I get it's chills.
Yeah.
So important. And I appreciate you all for calling in. I mean,
yeah, Walter, it's good seeing you too.
Good to see y'all, man.
Jimmy, what you was saying? You was gonna say something, Jimmy? Jimmy, you was gonna say something?
I thought Calvin was about to say something.
Yeah, somebody had a question for you had a question for him, Calvin?
How do you feel about homecoming being canceled due to COVID this year?
Come on,
Calvin.
Calvin is the view, baby. That is the view.
He's ready.
Honestly, for me, it's not that bad for me because I've been to pretty much every homecoming since I graduated, with the exception of like 2. And then being that I work for the city, so I know how important it is for homecoming to actually be canceled and what's actually going on out here. So I'm not really worried about it. It'll be back, when it's back, and we gonna set it out as usual. So
Back when it's back.
I agree.
We appreciate you, man.
Look at Cal. I don't watch Calvin grow up, man. I just
Yeah.
I remember he was just a little small,
What am
little
I
fool.
doing?
Calvin or Walter?
Not Cal,
Both.
him.
Oh yeah.
Now you showing your age.
Well, I said from the beginning, I'm old.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not.
All right, Walter. Now
Well done.
we're gonna bring Don in. We have Don coming in from
Don
Grambling.
Cheadle? Don Cheadle?
Don's coming from Grambling. How you doing, Don?
Hi, John.
Hey, Don.
What's
Hello.
up, Don?
Y'all can hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Pretty cool. Wow, I was just out of the blue when Calvin, just was hitting me up on Facebook, was like, all right, you need to dial in and stuff.
Come on, Calvin.
Anyways, well, first of all, let me just say this. My prayers are sent out to those you guys that are in Louisiana or even in Texas and everything, because I've been watching the news and I just hope and pray that everyone down there is safe and sound at the end of the day, because wow, what I've seen, it's horrible. It's brutal. Oh my goodness. History repeating itself down there. So my prayers are out to you guys down there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same.
Where you at? Where you located?
So right now, I'm currently in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm literally just 5 miles right underneath DC.
Okay.
Yes, so this is my home. I'm from the DMV. I was born and raised in Silver Spring, Maryland. But hey, I traveled down just 23 hours down to Grambling, my alma mater. Wouldn't trade it for anything. I enjoy being away from home.
I love it. So tell us about your homecoming experience. Tell us what, being a part of Grambling. Were you in the band?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, Calvin, I'm pretty sure this will tell you and everything. And let me just tell you, of course, a unique story. Actually, when I was a crab in fall of 05, Calvin Thomas was actually my drill sergeant. And oh my goodness, Calvin was one of those few people in which I just wanted to take a bat and just whack him upside the head and everything, just because how they treated us, treated me like a crab. But at least just from what I can remember, I remember that my squad during band camp turned out to be the best squad and everything. So I guess that, like they say, you learn from the best. So I learned from the best. So thank you, Calvin.
Okay, Calvin.
I appreciate that.
Calvin. Come on, Calvin. Get your snaps.
Appreciate that, Don.
So what was your experience like? Go ahead, Calvin, answer.
So, tell us about some of your experiences when you joined the World Fame.
Woo wee. Exactly 10 years ago was when I graduated from Grambling. So May 2010 was when I graduated. So I'm getting on up there. But pretty much just to rewind back. I get this question all the time. People wonder, okay, well, Dawn, if you're from Maryland, from the DMV, from DC, what you doing?
I hear your accent
way down here. Oh, what?
You that Baltimore. I just hit all that.
No, I'm not from Baltimore. I'm from Silver Spring.
Yeah, I know, but you got that Baltimore.
But anyways, it actually was my high school band director. He was a Gramblinite, and he marched in the band. So he was the one that actually told me about Grambling. He told me about when the Bayou Classic used to air on NBC back then. And just when I saw it, I fell in love. I was like, man, they look so good, and I would love to be a part of that, because I remember they was playing R. Kelly's "Feeling on Your Booty." There was grinding and all that stuff, and I was drawn, I was hooked. So he made a few phone calls, pulled a few strings, and there I was down in Grambling. But anyways, I'm a trumpet player. I still play. I currently teach middle school and up here in Virginia. So this is my 5th year as a band director now. So about my experience in the World Fame is, of course, it was a rough start. I was culture shocked. Didn't even know what the hell I got myself into.
Right.
It was a huge culture shock, and a lot of people had criticized me because I sound so proper because of my dialect when I first went down there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I'm moving on forward and everything. But just my experience being in the World Fame it really is like no other, really. Like I said before, I would not trade it for anything, because I was able to travel to places that I would not even had to imagine myself going to, performing for NFL halftime shows, and my first time flying on a plane, and just pretty much just making lifelong friends, and even just the friendships, because just being in the band, I mean, you're just like around your fellow bandmates just so much, like it actually like becomes your family, like after all, because you're just around each other all the time. So it's just really like no bond, like no other. So
Agreed.
again, I mean, I loved it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know anybody that doesn't have like good memories of homecoming at HBCU. I mean, other than the people when you pledging or you're pregnant or something like that, those are like exceptional, times. But usually everybody like all have good memories from homecoming.
I think there are other memories they just don't share them.
Yeah.
So you're asking like, what is a great homecoming memory that I had?
Yeah, no, I'm not even asking that. I'm just saying it just seems like we're all like everyone from HBCU is kind of all in the same boat of and for the same experiences of just all good fun experiences. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So a good time.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We so definitely appreciate you calling in, Don, at this time. And what I do like about what I can say when I lived for that short period in Seattle, Seattle is like an unknown territory location, but they really bragged on this young lady being able to go to HBCU, and she was able to go to Grambling and be in the band. And they didn't understand how Grambling had that far of a reach. But what actually happened is there was somebody up there that transitioned up there, heard the young lady, was trying to get into, a college. She wanted to be in a show style band, and she had the major, and they aligned them and got her to audition, and she went to Grambling. And so to hear that you came all the way from Virginia to get all the way to Louisiana, it just shows that, HBCU has a strong reach. And you don't have to be locally, but
very strong. Yeah, very strong outreach and everything. I mean,
and it shows how strong of an influence the band is, because it's not like that at every school. It's not just like, oh, I love music, I want to go all the way across to California to be in the band. It's not really like that, but it is a difference with an HBCU band.
Well, let me tell you, like also like something else. Actually, Grambling was actually not my first choice HBCU I wanted to go to. It actually was Hampton. It's because I went to their high school band camp for 4 years and everything, but just everything does happen for a reason. Unfortunately, due to like a turn of events down there, and because the head director, God rest his soul, Barney E. Smart, had passed away. I mean, because of his passing, his program was never the same. So, and then that's when this Grambling just like had called me, and like I said, it was like like one of the best choices I've ever made.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
No. I'm with you on that, because I think even in the yearbook, I can't remember, but I think even in my yearbook it says Howard University. But literally it was when our band director took over and took us to Prairie View and the band camp, and that experience, like, it changed everything. So yeah. And obviously it wasn't that far from Dallas to Houston, but everything was going to Howard, because that's all I remembered about an HBCU. And I had the GPA, I had I was scholar student, all that kind of stuff, but I was like,
nerd.
All right, HU. Yeah, I went there for grad school, as a matter of fact. I went to Howard.
Yeah, see?
It's good stuff. They've reached. Well, thank you so much, Don. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Don.
Thank you, Don.
Yo, Rockers.
I know.
It's just I think that's dope. I think one thing you like Jimmy said, the underlying thread of everybody is that you got everybody was somebody at an HBCU. Yeah. It wasn't like you had to be this, you had to be that. You made your own way. Yeah, you just made your own way, and you made your own. You established your own rules and boundaries, and you came out of that like stronger than ever. And I value that, because these kids out here struggling now. They want to be accepted. They looking for that extra life on social media, and it's a lot of pressures. And I'm not saying that if we wasn't growing up in this era, we wouldn't have that same demand or connection. But just to see that how that thread we all had at the time. And like I said, I love Prairie View. I loved everything about it. But just was tough at homecoming.
One thing I would like to say, can you guys hear me clear? Is that can you hear me?
Yes.
Hold on, Trish. But now, one thing I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention the appreciation of SWAC football players, because without them, there is no game. And for even now, they're getting ready to embark this thing with practicing this COVID thing. Who knows what's ahead with that and what will come out of that. Just want to pray for safety for all of those guys that's about to embark there within the next month or so to get prepared for their season in the spring. We know we have band and we do the halftime show, but we have to take account football team is important as well. Just want to give a shout out to those guys.
You're so kind. Good. I'm glad somebody is looking out for
the players.
People that count the most here during this homecoming.
Calvin's showing us up.
He is showing out.
Calvin is the view. You are the view. Like
no,
Corey.
Calvin on
Corey,
point.
Calvin needs to become your co-host.
Calvin, you solid.
Yes.
You threw that.
Could you please explain to us like your take on
how you feel about council?
Hey, it's just come natural. I just think it's come natural. Like Jimmy said something, y'all said something about Jimmy, and I think it's just when you become a drum major, you have to talk a lot. Yes, and so it's something that even when I was the DP of the line, my kids used to tell me, "Hey, DP, you talk a lot." And I realized I'd be done talk for 30 minutes. And it's like, oh, wow, you're right. So, I just think it's just something that's natural. You just talk.
So, if you become a drum major, you just naturally just talk.
Well, you put in that position to be the voice.
You have
you got to step up.
You're speaking when no one else is speaking.
So is that college drum major or a drum major period? Because Mayo was also a drum major and she is not speaking.
Mayo.
Because Calvin keep talking. I don't have no time to talk.
Calvin, it's the Calvin show.
We love it though.
We don't care. We just mess it. This is what we do. Please don't take any offense to it. But I just thought that I would, say, hey, Mayo's not talking. She was a drum major.
Everybody's on here was a drum major.
I didn't know you were a drum major, Mayo.
In high school, not college.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. Because guess what? You started it. You could have been at Prairie View. Did you even try out?
No.
Exactly.
We were told not to.
I was a section leader, so
you lying.
I love being a section leader. So I didn't need to be a drum major. Play? They say that all drum majors are leaders, but section leaders, we had other people, I was a leader without having to be a drum major. And
right.
I'm just as being honest with myself. I couldn't march like them. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to
say that. You could do.
You definitely could have.
You didn't want to.
Okay. I did not want to. I wanted to stay with
Crystal, no.
I wanted to stay with my section and kind of be a little bit more of an ear within like the other sections, because when you become a drum major, you on a higher platform, so it may be difficult to talk to a drum major sometimes. So I just said, let me just work my magic within the band.
Yeah.
Well, you need strong leaders all over the band, so I'm sure that is appreciated as well.
Yeah.
If you, what I've learned, especially in the band, actually, I think Adrian hit it out the park when he was saying that, you take that leadership or take that experience on with you, even now. And it's crazy because the band, and then how he referenced it to like military and like me playing sports and being in the band and all that kind of stuff, it kind of wired my brain to a certain way of thinking and acting. Mm-hmm. And then now, like moving into this realm, people are like, you can't talk to people that way. You can't respond that way. You can't. So even my leadership had to evolve and change in a whole different way, because this is all I knew. This is what my experience was, which made me a great person, a great leader, and gave me a lot of great foundation. But then I had to, start tweaking it and help it and changing it to evolve into a new generation, a new time.
I remember when you came, okay, so I marched under you. But when you had to come back and help the band with the Super Bowl,
Totally different.
Yeah, because my way of thinking and how I wanted to talk to the band, because I was like, it's no time to be nice and say y'all sound great, this is exciting, no, y'all, that don't look good, do it again, I watched you and you were like, so the way that, you just expressed yourself and just, commanded, everything. I knew it was a struggle for you, but I had it was different, your whole presentation of what you wanted.
And I think that's important because it's the whole point of being in those positions. I knew our goal and I had you right by my side. I'm like, please, help me because it was a transitional period for the band. And so I'm like, help me now. We got to get it to where this is. We got to make this picture look right, but they didn't respond to the things that we responded to. They were they were literally ready to quit. It was more dogmatic to them, and they felt the pressure and weight of it and looked at it as bullying and down talking. They looked at it totally different to where me at the beginning of this conversation, when I explained I was excited, so they was like, oh man, you ain't nothing but a crab. I'm like, okay, it didn't faze me because I knew who I was, so that also has something to do with it. So I didn't look at it as oh man, I'm not nothing, I'm not anything. And then so I started seeing a lot of that generation start, you couldn't get through to them. It would make them feel bad, and then you get nothing out of them. So I'm like, I think we gotta do this a little different. You know what I mean? You couldn't be some of the stuff that was said to me, it's impossible.
Oh
yeah, you can't talk to me like that.
It's impossible, and I just had to learn that.
Yeah, I think it was Mayo. Was it you, Trevor, myself, and somebody else? We were trying to assist them with a band dance.
Yeah, James Durant was down there too. That's when we met Walter.
Right.
And he was the president of the dance committee.
That's when we saw president. I was okay. We were trying to assist them with energy.
Yeah.
We were just trying to push the energy on them. We was we think your dances are good, but they could be great. They was like, what you mean? We already good. We get house, and we're yeah, maybe on a small scale, but we want y'all to the audience to roar. Yeah. And they were really struggling with us because even I had to say, you know what? I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna be quiet because I'm about to cuss everybody out because I thought at the time we were being really, really kind.
I did too. Saying, they were so angry.
Yeah, we were saying y'all, it's the energy. Nobody want to see. Yeah, this ain't nobody gonna see this in a cheap seat.
We got to call it. We're gonna.
Okay.
Come real fast.
We didn't know.
I know.
Calvin didn't tell us.
Southern. Is that what we do?
Right.
Yes,
okay.
We never met a band. We never met a band that we didn't win against. Just saying.
That's all they want to say.
So so is this all? Is that all we got?
Stephanie McLeod. Stephanie McLeod.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Were you a J set? Not a J set. Was it Dancing Doll?
Dancing Doll.
I see you.
Wait a minute.
Now move the thing.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Draper.
Bring that close.
Stephanie.
What?
What y'all doing over there? Y'all writing lesson plans? What's going on?
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you,
sir?
Well.
Okay, your connection is bad.
It's a reason for that.
Your connection's not
Go
good.
like ugly, and he ain't fond of pretty.
We got all kinds.
What's going on? What's going on?
Next caller.
I'm just happy to.
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Next caller.
Gonna call back in and
Call back.
Call back in.
No, what you gotta say? Who's on the mic? With Chorus Crew today. You gotta try again.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh man.
You know them, Corey?
Yeah, that was Jenny. That was Jenny and them. They was calling.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jenny call on her phone.
Somebody said that's SU's Wi-Fi. Hey. But y'all was touching on being leaders and stuff, and you know how the pattern travels. I think about I think about how, you know, I always say I just want to be in the room. I don't really want to be a leader, but I'm always forced to be a leader. I remember when I became section leader, Jimmy had to call me. I didn't even know nothing about being section leader. I was waiting on band camp to start with the rest of the old heads. And I remember Jimmy was like, he called me and I was like, he said, where you at? I said, I'm at home. And he said, when you coming to Prairie View? I said, shit, in 2 weeks. And he said, they waiting on you. I said, who? He said, Doug, you the section leader. I said, what? And I had to literally.
You didn't know?
I didn't even know. I didn't know I was section leader. No, Prop didn't call me. Now you
Jimmy, tell us how that happened. And Corey got the section to be section leader, and you had to give him a call.
Well, I had to give him a call.
Jim, remember you called me that summer for band camp, and you said, "Where you at, Dub?" And I said, "I'm at home." And you talking about why you not here when you coming to Prairie View? And I said, "When the rest of the people get their old heads." You like you section leader, Dub. And I said, "When? What?" And I had to get up there.
Our band director had his own way of doing stuff.
Yeah,
he was very unorthodox. It was not a ceremony to bring you in. You just looked up like, oh yeah, this is the one. As he's watching Dub do dance committees, or as he's watching him perform within the band, he's like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna give him a scholarship. And he say, do it by yourself. And he say, see, this is why you're on scholarship. And that's why Dub didn't know. That's just how Prof operated. He did his own thing. He literally did his own thing. And then he's asking me like, where my section leader at? I'm like, well, I don't know who the section leader is. Like, we haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
And he's like,
money.
Huh?
Call him up, money.
Yeah, call him up. Tell him to get down here. He know he's supposed to be down here. And I'm like, I didn't know he was supposed to be down here. Like, what? So I'm thinking Dub knows something I don't know, but that's literally always how Prof operated. It was always right in the moment and on his own terms.
Didn't even know, man. And so, but I got it, man. I had to regroup, and that's when.
But he understood his leaders. He understood the people that was going to help the band and carry it out. That's why we never have those kind of problems. You see all those like the internal problems. Everybody have internal problems, but you see like a lot of the breakdown of a band, and it happens always if you don't have good leadership. It always happens if you don't have good leadership, and we always had good leaders. Always.
We see that, John.
Now we saw Southern the first time. That's what
we saw it the first time.
That's what started the bad communication right there.
Hold on. Let me see that.
Here we go.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, y'all. Personalities.
Look.
That's not even a logo no more, I don't think.
Totally. And y'all been saying all kind of. Listen, Corey.
Draper, you're not in the microphone. We can see you. Come on. You're talking into that beer.
Right.
We see you
and hear you.
Oh, Draper, take that down. Take that
down. Calvin, what's your question?
Y'all been saying all kind of shit.
Calvin. We ain't said nothing bad about no Southern.
Yes, y'all did talking about that SU Wi-Fi and all that shit.
It was SU Wi-Fi. It was terrible. Where my girl Stephanie at?
Can we talk?
Oh, you don't want.
Can we talk?
Let's talk about Stephanie name. Come on, Jenny.
Ask him the question, Calvin.
Jenny, talk about homecoming, Draper and Jenny.
Draper, the question is for the guy that's representing Southern University. What about Southern University that inspires you?
What do you say from Grambling?
You keep calling my name.
What about Southern University that inspires you?
What y'all talking about?
Oh, shut the front door. We're talking about HBCUs and homecomings.
How's your homecoming experience at Southern
University?
Oh, you want to
They want to know about your homecoming experience at Southern.
Oh, no.
They're saying next call on this thing.
Okay, Jenny, let's talk.
Okay, Jenny.
Corey, we getting a lot of feedback.
We gave you an opportunity.
We don't get any feedback over here. All we getting is silence. We're not getting those questions answered. So,
how many? What number are you on?
Cheer for Prairie View. Cheer for. Hey y'all.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I know this was an important year for you and your line, so talk about it.
First, give us an introduction of who
Wait,
you
it
are.
is back. Okay, mine is behind y'all.
Somebody could
no, don't listen to it. Don't listen
Yeah,
to it
don't
on
watch
Facebook.
Yeah, tell
Pay
them cut it
attention to
down.
us.
No, it was mine. I don't know.
Hey, Jimmy Mama said, next caller, please.
No, Debbie Smith said that.
Hold on. Okay, wait. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you good. We hear you well. We hear you
But I
fine.
turned them off.
And Debbie Smith, this is your Sarah.
Okay. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
we had a lot going on over here.
Did.
But we
Yes. But guess what? Prairie View produces productive people, and I'm here now.
You better say it. So
Give the viewers an introduction of who you are first.
Come on, Cal.
I'm Jenny Jones, and I'm a mess tonight. But Corey asked me to.
Not normally.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, I'm just saying this is impromptu for me, but I say what I have heard. So Corey asked me to call in, and I'm here. Pardon my appearance, but I am here.
You're all right. But I know this is a big year for you guys, and this homecoming was going to be special. Talk about it.
So I am Jenny Jones. I graduated from Prairie View in December of 2001. I am a member of the Intricate Pearls of Envy, the Zeta Gamma chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha, Prairie View A&M University. I was inducted into that chapter fall of 2000. So of course, this would be my 20th year of my life. And so we are just, we're sad, as most people are feeling that or have that same emotion. It's surreal. We had started making plans. We had planned a line trip to Cancun, to no avail. And then, of course, we thought maybe that COVID and the pandemic would have phased out at this point in time, but not at all. So we're actually trying to think about what we're going to do for 2021. So that's where we are. And there were a lot of lines that crossed fall of 2000. Yep. So we're all feeling this pain,
Yeah.
We have a rich history, culture. Homecoming is like a holiday for us,
Yeah.
Every year we don't miss homecoming. Those true alumni, if we can help it, we don't miss homecoming. But this year, unfortunately, this is the hand that we've been dealt, but we have to make the best of it. So that's where we are.
You came hard, Jenny. You came back hard.
Okay. That's just the truth, Jimmy.
That introduction though. You can't even follow that, man. You can't even follow that.
No. What's the name of her school?
Hey, Natalie. Hey, Nat.
Hey.
Meet the person.
Jenny, you had
quarantinis. He's had too many quarantinis. This guy here.
Who are you from?
Jenny Jones, you actually said some good stuff on there about like the 20-year, because this was supposed to be a real big time for the Deltas, the AKs, and Kappas, and all that. So and y'all have like a good Instagram following too. What's your Instagram name?
We are IPE, Intricate Pearls of Envy. Jimmy,
y'all are on it, so I know this is really affecting y'all.
Yeah, we had a retreat. Was it last year? Yeah, May, the first weekend in May. We went to Seguin, my line, and we had a great retreat. It was, we were able to rekindle bonds and trying to basically we wanted to plan for our 20th, but hey, whatever. So we still have an addition. It gave us just some extra time to plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jenny, are you guys going to celebrate? In the spring.
We haven't talked about it yet, but
y'all should
do something because really that gives us more time to plan. Like we got to come back hard.
Right.
And y'all will. I already know y'all will.
Oh, thank you.
And FYI for everybody else, those step shows back then, they were.
I graduated, but shout out to my line sisters.
No, the step shows used to be
rocking. They call him and helping my line sisters because they were winning. I mean, at the Greek Olympiad and all of those.
Greek Olympiad and
the first place and the money. So shout out to Intricate Pearls.
Yes, and you tell Jenny, you tell Draper we can still hear him.
No, don't.
I'm not educated. I'm not no
Look,
Pearl.
y'all not gonna do that shit to me. Y'all not gonna.
Oh,
y'all been talking some stuff. Y'all been on here 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 51 seconds.
and you've been on
Where you from?
And you've
Y'all been saying some shit about Southern.
You on your 30
We
second.
ain't say nothing bad about
What we
Southern.
said about Southern?
Don't
That's
say
K Mail.
Yeah.
Like English, Mail.
Mayo.
Yeah, what did we say
that's
about
you.
Southern?
The one that's saying one mean teacher, he was talking about SU Wi-Fi. That was you, sir.
That wasn't her.
No.
No.
Go look at the comment.
I'm a man. That's in the comments.
Wait a minute.
No, it's okay, but yeah, it's okay, but we hadn't said anything about Southern.
You done had
at
one
all.
too many.
Yeah,
It is another
I'm
caller.
saying blame it on.
Dub, it's another person trying to come in.
My feelings not hurt. I mean, who
Oh,
cares?
you know,
I'm so sorry.
No,
Dub, somebody trying to
okay.
call in.
We love
Okay.
Southern.
I don't even know how to come back after this. I am so fucking sorry.
Well, you never came, so can you just give us something about Southern
Kelvin.
University?
Yeah, come on, Calvin.
Kelvin,
Come on, talk
Kelvin
about
from
Southern.
Grambling, so I expect him to try to just keep saying shit.
No, I'm saying we want to hear about Southern University.
What you want to hear about Southern? Because you
Wait, and real quick, because Tony's trying to come in right now. So real quick, tell us about
Kelvin,
Southern
what you want to
University.
hear about Southern?
and
Since you wanted to go there and you were rejected from Southern, they didn't accept you. That's how you ended up at Grambling, right?
Thank you
for calling in.
Tony trying to come in, Dub.
Thank you for calling in.
That was good though.
Funny.
This was fun.
Yes.
Where's
That's
next call?
That's the quarantinis, man. They have you tripping, you know.
How many
so
had?
you saw all of it. Was about 3 bottles in front of him, but ain't no telling, man.
Right,
Ain't no telling what else he had.
But the good thing is like that's all.
This is homecoming
literally
tonight.
how homecoming would be.
Yeah,
It'd be just like
you
this.
know, people gonna all in all they over there having a good time. So he probably just, you know.
And that's why I
drunk.
said, like, I ain't feel no kind of way. You know, anytime somebody has said, sir, and I got a deep voice, like, I don't care. I don't feel no way. I know who I am.
Right.
And I know he drunk. Like, dude.
Yeah, that's so mad. So
it's homecoming. You supposed to be.
We still love Draper. Draper good people. Good people.
Everybody give a toast. Everybody raise your glasses. Give a toast to
One
staying
love.
safe.
One love.
Staying safe and family, and just keeping it all love and excitement, just like we would in homecoming.
Yes.
You
know, this was a good episode. I think it turned out better than what I thought it was going to be because I was nervous because you know we got some stuff we could talk.
We could go. All of us talk about it.
We do.
We do.
And so, but I appreciate it, Calvin. I'm glad you hung with us. So Prairie View Panthers today.
Calvin held his own, and he became the spokesman of the
Calvin. You're the man.
podcast. Calvin.
This is a collective.
Appreciate you.
Collective effort.
That pick,
right?
What is that?
You know, I don't have any hair, so I just
don't get the pick. Then just leave the pick.
It's stuck. It got stuck.
It's growing.
All right, go Dub.
It's growing.
And shout out to everybody on this chat room. Because I'm just now looking at the chat.
There's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff.
I haven't read. I can't read anything.
We're thankful for y'all, man, because it's important. Like I said, you know, we do this. We've started going live because people prefer to see the recording of the podcast. They strong following for the podcast, and now you get to see a visual. And we're just regular people. And like I say, anybody can be impelled to do this. You got something to say. You have a voice. Put it out there and have a good time and enjoy. And like I said, this whole season is about COVID and just surviving, finding ways to survive. And some of our outlets are getting canceled, like Homecoming, Fall City. That's really big for HBCUs and just HBCUs general. You know, what's going on out there in the world. There's a major microscope on our culture and our experience. And like Jimmy spoke on it earlier, it wasn't until we've always enjoyed what HBCUs bring for us, but it wasn't until Beyonce did the Netflix series that it really shined a light. And a lot of people trying to, you know, we've been to it, but we're grateful for when those celebrities actually put their flashlight or put their spotlight on us a little bit, because it's really helped catapult our universities and put a lot into it as far as funding and getting us the things we need, because Prairie View, we wasn't always there. And now we're really growing and we're really getting to see people are getting to see the greatness of all these universities besides band, and that's what we're really known for. But we have great athletes, we have great educators, we have great academia at these universities, research and development, and there's just a lot of great things to do. So
I think one big thing that we took away from all of it was for the alumni to just give back however you can. We mentioned Beyonce's show a couple of times, and I know it's a lot of PV Marching Storm alumni in there, like Sean, Larry, and Maurice, and all of them. Everyone is not an entertainer. Everyone is not still playing their instrument, so you may not be able to give back that way. But just like the lady at Jarvis Christian College said, financially you can give back. You can give back by volunteering, just different ways. By buying a T-shirt, Dub is good on that. If you sell anything in alumni, Dub's gonna buy the T-shirt, buy the jacket. He gonna buy and support. But that's what I think was the takeaway from all this. Even at Alcorn, everybody on here that was saying that same thing. And I know for us, it was that song "Something Inside So Strong," and that was what we call the money song, because it was like, oh, alumni gonna be here. Like, let's play, give them what they want. We didn't even know "Something Inside So Strong." We never heard "Something Inside So Strong." We were just like, why are we playing this long and having to learn this long song? But now, as alumni, as adults, we understand that it was like, oh, because we trying to convince them to give back, because we need these uniforms fixed, we need these things done. And all the major universities, like the Ivy Leagues or whatever, they have this big, strong alumni presence. So a lot of times we look at these schools and we're like, oh man, that's not fair. They get to go here, they get to do that, they get to blah blah blah, whatever it is. But it's because of the strong alumni presence. So that was my takeaway from today.
Yeah. And I agree. At this time, I'm open the floor. Everybody, one last word. At this time, y'all could say your last statement.
I'll go.
Because you don't talk a lot, Crystal. That's according to the post.
I saw what Crystal said. That was Calvin. I'm telling you, every time I wanted to say something, Calvin, like, said. No, I'm just playing.
You was doing like double dutch.
I'm just playing. Homecoming, I am definitely sad. Like, I know a lot of people that are celebrating their anniversaries, I was really looking forward to seeing that. I just love seeing all us come back. Over the last year, it seemed like more and more people are passing away. So, going to homecoming, I try. It's a good thing, and then it's also a sad thing because you don't get to see everybody that you want to see. But it's so important that you need to go, because you never know if you never get to see them again. And, you tell your stories, the good things, the bad things, your experiences. And what I love about homecoming the most is how I feel like we're always uplifting. When we see each other, you're looking good, or I'm proud of, I love seeing people give people their roses while we're still here on earth. Yeah. And I feel like homecoming is the best time. If you don't tell them on social media, when you see them in face to face, tell people. If they inspired you, if they did something, influenced you, good or bad, please, let them know. So that's just my biggest takeaway, is just, giving those loves and hugs, and, just making sure you tell people how you feel about them and how they influenced you.
I agree.
100%.
I'll go. I like homecoming. I haven't gone to many since I've graduated, but the few that I attend, I've had a great time. I don't really mingle around like just the band, because like I knew other people. Like I know band members. I know people who play sports, because I play softball. I was on the very first championship softball team, 1998. We have a picture in the Baby Dome. Go check it out. But anyway, but I just enjoy just seeing everybody. I've enjoyed how watching homecoming just grow the way they did.
She's like, you're still going. I'm like, you can cross.
I liked how homecoming has just grown. Like I remember just like the little bonfire, during homecoming. Like, and then it just kind of grew. So it just, and seeing people. So like Jimmy, when you came to homecoming, was it what, 2 years ago? Something like that.
16.
16.
Get him, Crystal.
Jeez. Well, it was really good to see you. Like I I'm like being serious, trying to give you little roses. You laughing?
Oh, give me my roses. You know, you gotta be ready. Double
Yeah,
time.
it was like really good to see you because I hadn't seen you in probably 16 years. So you know, what I'm saying, it was really good to see you. Like even to like be right here with you right now. I want to tell you, man, like I kind of follow you, kind of don't, but I think that you've been doing amazing work. So I just wanted to tell you, man, congratulations, because I haven't seen you, I haven't talked to you, but man, you're doing some good shit. And I wanted to tell you that I wanted you to read my lips, look at me eyeball to eyeball as I tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mayo,
we had a Thanksgiving together.
I know, but it was a lot going on. So I didn't. Did I tell you that?
Of course, we always do. Yeah.
Okay, Mayo, you're doing great things. I watch you. Every time you post anything, I'm always loving it. There's a video, I watch it because I have watched you really like grow up from a ninth grader. You know what I'm saying? So like I've watched you grow into the wonderful woman that you are today, man. Congratulations on everything. I love you, Jimmy. I love you too. I didn't say it, but I love you too. I have love for you.
Yeah.
You know, Corey. You know, I always tell you, like, no matter what, I'm rocking with you, good, bad, and different. I got your back always. I'm gonna tell him, like, yeah, that was messed up. But hey, I'm still gonna be right there. Calvin, Corey has brought you into my life, bro. I'm gonna ride with you too. Like, you good people, like good energy. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? And this is like homecoming right here, right now.
Yep.
This is like a small homecoming where we can, you know what I'm saying, like fellowship, you know, safely and just tell our stories and our experiences. And man, I was just happy to be on here with y'all, man. Y'all some good people, man. You know, that's it. Then I'm done.
All right. It's so crazy.
Oh, see how people just try to say how they feeling and
and I'm done.
Y'all don't know what to say. You're like, you know, Trish don't really, she don't really talk like that. Whatever.
Love you, Trish.
Love you, Trish.
Thank you. Whatever.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, you know, I appreciate you guys for the love. The things that were said doesn't offend me at all. I'm a person that, you know, I can stand in a room with anyone because I have the HBCU experience, and that alone, you know, interviewing for a job, you know, and it's Ivy League candidates, and I'm the only HBCU candidate. Doesn't matter because my experience alone can't be matched that I've got from a HBCU. Very thankful for that. I wear it around with pride because it's just something that you just don't get everywhere, and I'm very thankful for that. But I would be remiss if I didn't take this time to talk about or mention briefly on November the 3rd how important it is for us to step out and do what we're supposed to do so that we can make a change. If we haven't done before, it's time now because this is very important. And one thing I wanted to give a little bright side of is that, you know, when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris wins on November the 3rd, those HBCU bands will have that opportunity to go to the White House, go and march in Washington, D.C. and do what they do best and show them what an HBCU experience is. So let's get out on November 3rd and take care of our business, people.
And let's get out before November 3rd.
Register.
13th, 30th. And let's early vote so we won't have to worry about any of the foolishness that's trying to transpire to prevent November 3rd from happening. So I piggyback on that, Calvin. But, you know, I just want to say, you know, when I created this season, it's some heavy topics that need to be addressed. But then I started really navigating that, hey, you know, let's lighten it up some. So, you know, this is one of those shows where I did want it to be lighthearted, you know, off the cuff, because a lot of people, even though some people are going back to normalcy, it's really not normal out there. There's some major changes, some upside downs for a lot of people. And we just want to keep people in prayer. We want to continue to uplift one another and just keep things kind of positive and lighthearted. You know, we can laugh, we can joke, we can cry, we can do a lot of things in this moment. But, you know, just trying to choose great and try to be better is really important. So I'm just glad y'all took time. I know we normally only record for 45 minutes to an hour, and we're almost at 3 hours, but tuned in and to see people still supporting this, it means that, it's needed. And so I just encourage people, you ever feel like you got a voice, say it, talk about it, create your podcast and just get it out. It's some of the best stress relievers you ever, and there's an audience out there that's willing to listen. So again, thank you. Follow us. We're on all the social media platforms. It's Survivin minus the G, add an apostrophe, the podcast. On Instagram, I think we're Survivin the letter D. No, maybe not. It's not me. I don't know. I'm not really social media, but it's something like this. Survivin _ the podcast. But regardless,
we'll find you.
It will come up. It will come up when they press Survivin.
Yeah.
Turn
And continue to support us. Thank y'all so much. Jimmy, you say you want to leave?
Yeah, I want to say one more thing. I think it's important for us because we joke around and then we have a certain personality, a thread like within our, like, I guess you call it, circle, even though it's expanded. But one thing that, just like how Trish did just now, is something that we always kind of do and kind of take for granted. Because we can joke all day long, and 9 times out of 10 we'll joke from soon as we wake up to as soon as we go to sleep. But it's, at the end of the day, it's all love, and within that, all those jokes or whatever, we always kind of find a way to show the other person that it's all love and that we love them. I feel like that's missing now. How we see social media, how we see in the media, we see all of these, everything just dividing everybody, and we have like this undercurrent like joke with Calvin that he's at Gremlin, but it's more so just joking and having fun. Like nobody is meaning anything malicious by it. I feel like now in the world that we see it, a lot of things are done maliciously and with a different type of intent, and I feel like we need to check that. Everybody needs to, include myself, we all just need to check that and say, oh yeah, I didn't mean it that way, but somebody's taking it this way, so I need to check myself, because life is too short, as we see now. Like, people are dying and taking their own lives a lot of times based on what somebody else says, about them. So that's important.
Very true. Good point. Thank y'all. God bless and good night.
Thank you.